Yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Knowledge Relationships Toxic Tuesdays, home of the toxicity. If you guys are tuning in, that means that you guys couldn't help but being toxic. So, you guys need some help. But what's up, man? It's your boy M3 and Sophisticated Jerk.
What's good, man? What's good? Glad to get a little bit of toxicity out here.
Yeah,
But
man.
shout out to the panel last week, man. I think we had a good conversation. So we're gonna do that again, like next week, right? We're gonna rotate.
Yeah. So we kind of, came to a fair medium, like kind of like how we kind of discussed behind the scenes, like have Toxic Tuesdays, like every other Tuesday, just not every Tuesday for now. And I think that creates some type of balance because we need to talk about some good real life struggles, but at the same time, man, we gotta just let loose and man just be toxic, Um,
Yeah, don't forget to do Mr. Best clips, man. We gotta cook those up next week. But shout out to Prime, man. He done hit the chat already. Big swole motherfucker. Nah, what's up? Good. What's Prime be holding everybody down, man. So shout out to Prime. Ruthless up popped up.
Man, look at his toxic ass, man. He couldn't wait. He says, "Yo, little brother, upset about you asking you taking a t-shirt."
Say you rocking them schmediums over there.
Yeah, but yeah, Prime Man is responding to the topic: Are black men weak for dating outside of our race? Black people, Prime says black people saying black men are weak for marrying outside sound insecure. By that logic, women are weak for marrying outside of their race. Okay, opinions are definitely wanting it. So look, let me make sure I do this jerk right. So nobody else will come after me or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and just put the banner out real quick.
Yeah, put that up. I'm going in tonight.
Yeah. Just please be advised that what we discuss is not political, clinical, financial, medical, nor legal advice. This is for information and entertainment purposes only. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are watching from, the Twitch side, from Instagram, definitely come over to YouTube. But thank you for your support. And also please be advised that the opinions of our panelists, guests, and chat, and especially if Ruthless Truth comes up there and share his opinion, are not necessarily the viewpoints of knowledge and relationships. So
you might go drop the link early for him. I know he got some shit to say.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Let's play a little bit of the first clip, and then I'll have the link set up for people who want to join in.
But just to give it some background while you're pulling it up. So yeah, there was I forgot the name. I think it was on Revolt, but they have a podcast on there where it's like two females and a guy that's on there, and they talk about like, I think, different society conversations and shit. So this one came up about relations. So the two females on there have some pretty strong stances about black men's, preferably celebrity guys. Let's not forget that's what they was emphasizing on, dating outside of race. So yeah, when you kind of pull it up, man, we gonna definitely see what they talking about.
Okay. Shout out to Revolt. Whatever we do when we respond and we react to it, it's all based off of fair use. With that being said, let's go ahead, man, and we're gonna get this started. And guys, I'm gonna definitely send a link in a few minutes.
All right, so I want to move on to the other side of the debate, because sometimes when I see this conversation or this discourse happening on the internet, but it's okay when a black woman does it, when she dates outside her race. And you were just speaking to that a little bit.
Yes.
I've been on these dating apps myself. It's hard out here for us.
That's why I got off.
And there is a prevalence of white men on them apps.
Yes.
And it's not really my thing, but it also just makes it difficult for me to have more options for my dating pool. But for you guys, like, what do you think is the difference between when it's happening amongst black women versus when it's happening amongst black men?
We don't have a lot to choose from. And then we talk about preference, right? So if I'm a black woman who desires to date a man who has a certain faith that he practices
Mm.
that's in line with mine.
Mhm.
That makes a certain amount of money.
Now you'll go there.
That has maybe a certain limit with how many children he already has.
Now you're asking for too much.
That may have never been married before.
What's good, Bolo?
And I'm older.
Yeah.
Man.
So we down under the floor
Mm.
by the time we actually vet through every like.
Yeah.
And this is not, again, I'm not talking about people, women that are super stringent and have all these high, like over the top standards.
No, that's
Just
just real.
basic things, right?
Yeah, sometimes
If
it's not
I-
higher over
right,
the top.
if
The
I-
bar just being
That's
held.
what I'm saying. So
Pause real
we're
quick.
doing this off just basic fun.
So based on what she's saying, man, you think she's correct about the pool dwindling based on preferences that she's talking about?
I mean, I believe her. I just want to kind of point out, shout out to the woman with the sister locks, right? Because she started off with the faith first before she started getting to like the real superficial things, like you gotta make sure you make a certain amount of money and all this other stuff, right? That we usually hear. The thing is that like, unfortunately, like within our community, because like a lot of black men are not really successful as far as like in the financial aspect of things. Let's say like, like kind of like the minimum requirements that most black women are looking for. He got to make that 6 figures, or he got to be 6 feet, or he got to have, I guess, a 6-pack if that will be a plus. Now these days, I feel like they kind of went down that type of standard, but for the majority of them, when you're looking for like, I guess like the top rank of men, you have to kind of understand like, well, why would a top rank of men be spending most of the time like on dating apps when their chances are of like meeting someone in person may be relevant for them. I feel like most men like who are outgoing or already successful, they'll probably be busy like traveling and doing other things, like for their work or their career. And so I feel like you'll be better off by meeting someone in person while you still have those attributes, as opposed to like just looking for somebody like on a dating app. And if you do, I'm for sure those men are going to get snatched up quick by women that look better than them. So
Yeah, I think she has some good stuff.
Mhm.
As far as like, because she caveated it. She was like, not the crazy stuff. So yeah, like she said, when you put faith in there, definitely it's gonna drop because a lot of people just ain't following faith no more. Then success is definitely gonna drop it down. But the issue I kind of have sometimes, it's just how people define success. It's, because I get it. It's like, man, if you're got your stuff together, you're gonna want somebody that's like financially sound too. You should, that like understands money. But I think what trips people up is when they start, they put a dollar amount to that versus like, okay, man, is this person making a good living income and can they sustain themselves? But I think a lot of times subconsciously people are adding in like luxury, because I hear a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, if a person can't keep up with my lifestyle, and it's a bunch of like superficial and materialistic type stuff. So I think they're looking at it kind of like that versus like somebody that's pretty solid, good with their finances, looking towards the future for retirement. They ain't saying it like that. They're just like, yeah, they got to be up here because I like to go out to eat, 7 days a week. I like to do this. So it's just more or less like they're looking at it for the wrong reasons. And that's why they kind of get boxed in. Because like I said, if you start narrowing it in and, she tried to be kind of clever with the list. Like she's not, added in attraction and stuff like that. And then, not to be mean, but she looked kind of like a hippie. Don't she kind of give you that vibe like one of them earthy chicks that be eating like granola in the park, reading poetry, got the chakra beads. So,
Yeah,
I don't think like a lot of successful guys that like our white collar probably are gonna be going for this look. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a little artsy. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think preferences mixed up to her vibe and shit. I think that's probably her issue when she's like, oh, you know, it's not a lot of black men out there like that. I'm like,
you know what's
I don't think it's just that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because for every, I would say even, you know, because I think the dollar amount ain't that far off for black men and black women. But still, you know, naturally, I think just by the order of things, there's probably a few more, I'll say, rich, successful guys in the professional markets over females. So they still kind of got to pick of the litter. Except for maybe like cities like, I'll say DC and Atlanta, where there might be a little bit of an imbalance. But for the most part, you know, it's damn near neck to neck.
I hear you. You know what she also remind me of? She remind me of a broke chick that is actually beyond her means. Not to say that this person in particular is broke, because I don't really know her that well, but at all. But the only reason why I said like it's just the talking points, right? Is because like women like who are like financially struggling themselves are always gonna like try to shoot for the stars and you know to try to get that easy like come up. You know, like oh the prettier I am, the higher chance I could be like, you know, I can make it or be successful or whatever. Because I can find somebody that's gonna love me for my beauty, you know, or that's gonna want my box or whatever, and just take it as is. Watt says the imbalance in debt doesn't justify black women making $5K more per year than black men. True.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. It's close where, like, if you're looking at it properly, it's like, damn, okay, we both could join and build with each other, but for some reason, you know, it's just like when I'm hearing people talking, it's just like, you got to be excessive over what they're making. And, you know, that's where they limit the pool that much. So it's like she was breaking it down. She was trying to be, like I said, politically correct because she was like, you know, faith, this, but it kind of undercut all that when, you know, when she kind of honed in on the financial piece. But yeah, we could jump back in the video because I just wanted to stop real quick. See, yeah, like I said, I definitely agree though. Like the more you know, the other thing that she's talking about when she's on the apps, and I think you were sitting on that M3 where I do think a lot of people, man, they're getting too reliant on the apps. Where don't get me wrong, it's probably not a bad tool, but you still got to go put yourself in places. Like, man, you got to go join groups. You know, I know they got like bike riding, you know, different groups for physical activities, man, that you could do in your city. Go out and about, put yourself out there, because like you said, a lot of successful guys probably ain't, you know, focusing on apps. They're probably like, hey, man, I'm social. If I see somebody I'm interested in, I'll just go up and talk to them. You know, they probably ain't struggling like that. So, you know, if she's just sitting there fixated on the apps, yeah, she's going to get swarmed by, you know, probably the people she don't typically want to come across, but she needs to get herself out there and put herself in the right settings.
Right. Hold on, let me respond to these two comments. He says, definitely fuck the maps. Take your ass outside and go to the gym. I definitely agree with you, 100 watts. Dark Lake says, you guys are calm. I think it's because y'all don't hit
Shout out to Dark Lake.
Yeah. You know, man, like, I don't know, man. I've always been like kind of like that's just part of my personality. I always just been like a calm type of person, right? Because like a lot of stuff like doesn't even faze me. You know what I mean? Even if I was in that type of position where maybe if I was struggling in a dating market, which I have not, but still, I kind of have like that type of sense that's like, okay, there's always a solution to every problem. You're just gonna have to try to figure out and map out like what's best for you. You know,
what's good? B-Eazy.
B-Eazy Dat Dude. What's up, man? Salute.
Yeah, let's jump back in the video because it start picking up soon when they start getting crazy with the rhetoric.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Ruthless said he got a bone to pick with us.
All right. The link's up there, but you're gonna have to hold that thought, man. You gotta hold that bone, Ruthless, you know. Let's go ahead and continue this video.
Fundamental things that we would like. A man who's into his career. Some of them still trying to figure it out. No shade, but again, if you're established, if you're high achieving, and that will go for a man. Like depending, if you may have a standard where, hey, I want to date a woman who has a passion, it's something she's really passionate about, and she's career driven. She can still be a great mom, but she has something for herself. You wouldn't date a woman that necessarily doesn't have anything going for herself.
That's real.
So when the statistics already show, not a lot of y'all around, not a lot of good solid guys around, not a lot of guys that care about themselves enough to go to a therapist or to read a book or to go to the gym or to eat a salad. Again, we're under under the couch. And so that's part of it. It's a numbers game. You all have more choices. It just is what it is.
I think also too though, like
hit the pause button
even
again.
if I am on the same like economic status as you.
I forgot to get the brother in the middle. Anytime you're in the middle of a bunch with two women and you're outnumbered, you can't really say much.
Nah, he could say something. But see, man, that's the issue I have with her. Because it's almost like, I think because a lot of times women fixate on therapy and they don't kind of understand men. They think if we don't go to a therapy session, then we might be messed up in the head. And I think, man, they got to realize like we get our therapy out in different ways. Like, man, like working out, you might have talked to your friend and he gave you some tough love and stuff. So, you might not have to go to a therapy session to get probably what they are comfortable with doing. And then
we don't have to go to the gym.
But the other stuff she kind of mentioned, like, man, we ain't got really that many options. That's where it irritates me, because it's like, man, there's a lot of good dudes that do got their stuff in order. But it's just like, man, you probably don't like them, which is fine, man. That's your preference. But just, it's like we got to get to that point now where people are like, hey, man, I'm just picky. That's what a lot of this stuff is boiling down to. So it's almost like if people can't get the specific type of people they want, it's like I'm lumping everybody in and I'm slandering everybody. I'm gonna be like, oh, there ain't no good guys out here. It's like, nah, the ones you want just probably ain't hollering at you. And since you ain't getting those prototype of dudes, now you throwing a hissy fit and shit.
Sophisticated jerk, if you was to jump in the dating market, your dating life would be trash.
His dating life would be trash?
The sophisticated jerk would jump into the dating market right now. His dating life would be trash.
Why you say that?
Because that's what she just said. Who she talking to? She talking about that masculine nigga, the one who want to run the show, right? The dude who want to be the boss, right? That is what's called misogynistic. You need to see a therapist, nigga. See, that's men. This society is moving more towards women being, having more voices, and the voices that they're speaking to, what she said, is go see a therapist because you need to understand that I'm truly your boss. You're not the boss, right? Because the therapist truly gonna side with the women more times than not. And most men, think about it. Most men, whether they have money or not, acquiesce to women's standards or expectations. This is why, this is the bone I had to pick, and I'm gonna throw this out here. We can fight later. 50-50 doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
We'll hold off to that, man, because I'm gonna get B-Eazy in here, man. I'm gonna come back to that.
What's up, B-Eazy Dat Dude?
Hey, what's
How you doing,
good?
bro?
How y'all doing?
We're doing
Pretty
good,
good,
man.
Could y'all hear me clear?
Yeah, we can hear you. You good?
Okay. I'm out here on the block, man. So if y'all hear some stuff, you know what I mean. I'll try to mute up. But salute to y'all. I'm glad I finally was able to catch y'all. A lot of times I'll be catching y'all right when y'all go off or just random days. But I like the work that y'all brothers do. So I just want to give that proper reverence first. But when the chick said and I'm really speaking just in general because she's not the only one saying this. She's just like kind of parroting a bunch of babble that we've heard before. You know what I mean? That I call it kind of baby mama bimbo bopper babble. You know what I mean? So when she's saying, "Oh, there's not enough good men," like to an extent, I like there's some validity to the argument, right? Because there is a lot of soft, weak, game, goofy, nerd, incel dweebs out there, right? Here's the issue: she's not even checking for any of them, right? She's only checking for her preference, right? So the real question is the introspection. Why is the ones that she's checking for don't want her? And it's to the point that you were saying sophisticated. Now she's having this resentment because they pride themselves on how many people are sliding in their DMs. But it's not about what you can attain. It's about what you can maintain. So they could attain a bunch of dudes coming over and taking them to Pound Town, but they're not maintaining any of those relationships as is resulting into a marriage, because that's ultimately what they want. And then it gives them the cover to say, oh, see, these men don't want to get married. They ain't serious. So it's like, no, you ain't even marriage material, but since a lot of dudes that they choose to mess with don't have their stuff together, then it could appear that, oh, no, see, it's not a lot of good men out there. No, it's plenty of good men. Because as soon as a good man get married, what do they say? Well, he married that white woman. Oh, that chick ain't even bad. So it's like, you see the good men. Other women are finding the good men, but why are the good men passing you over? Or they'll give a story where they had a good man and fumbled it, their fault. Had a good man, but they were like, oh, well, he wasn't tall enough. Had a good man, well, he was perfect, except he wasn't a Mandingo warrior like Pookie was. Like, they'll find anything to try to discredit. So now it's not about the man, it's about your preference and your choosing. And many of them, left to their own, just their own cognitive thinking, most of the times they choose wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying all, but like from observation, a lot of times they do choose wrong. If they weren't choosing wrong, they wouldn't have all of these complaints to say men ain't doing this, men ain't shit. It's like the men that you're dealing with is, that's pretty much the reflection of men that you're trying to project to the side. Dudes do the same thing, man. All these chicks is hoes. It's like, nigga, every chick you holler at got an OnlyFans chick. There's plenty of dudes out there finding virtuous women, but you ain't finding them because you on Tinder and Facebook and Instagram, and you finding a chick that her whole timeline is her ass out and shaking, and then you like, oh, these hoes is thoughts. It's like, no, all the chicks you choosing. And the chicks do the same thing. They choose the thuggish dude with face tattoos. You feel me? Got a few bodies in the street. He got bodies in the bed and bodies in the street. And they know this before. They choose them, and then they like, niggas ain't shit. No. It's like, what is it about your coochie that keeps attracting ain't shit niggas? I'll land with that.
Nah, you was spitting.
Yeah,
shout out to Bolo, and Bolo always got a good saying, man. He'd be like, your vibe, track your tribe, man. I like that. So that's
yeah,
facts.
hey, salute Bolo. That's simple and to the point, right?
Nah, you was cooking on that.
Appreciate it, bro.
Go ahead, Rufus.
I'm a little leery of the choosing better part, right? I really think that's a myth as well. The bottom line is both parties have, I would say, something wrong with them, right? Some imperfection of some sort, right? So the person choosing has issues just like the person she chooses might have issues, right? So we both be hypocrites when we sit here getting mad at each other for being imperfect, right? So this is an imperfect world, and people trying to say a person needs to be perfect. So this is a large fallacy amongst people. Oh, choose better. What you mean? We all, just because the only thing is probability versus best chance, base case scenario. That's how you're picking, right? That's how you're picking your partner. That's how you're picking your wife. It's probability versus, compatibility, right? Probability, compatibility equals a relationship typically, right? And that's still not a guarantee, but it is the foundation of both of you able to put up with each other's bullshit because you love each other enough to do it. Because ain't nobody gonna sit here and tell me, oh, my wife ain't never mad. We ain't never argued. We always no. Any great relationship is built on ups and downs. So it's not about choosing better. It's about sticking to what you sign up for. If you sign up to a commitment or a wedding, a marriage, and you understand that with this comes good times and bad times, stick to it. Stick to it. Quit being a quitter.
Yeah, I agree with some of that, but also whereas pick better, like B-Eazy was saying, it's just like, you know, if you're running to the bottom of the barrel, then your probability is just gonna be higher. So if you're doing that, then you ain't got too much to kind of whine about at that point. So that's where we get at.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's the issue. Yeah. Like they could stick it out, right? Hey, look, I chose this Dusty, so I'm gonna stick it out with this Dusty, but that's not really what they want. They want that Dusty to produce like a high respected, highly revered man. You know what I mean? Even though that's not what they signed up for. Just like a lot of dudes be, you know, getting a hose and trying to make them a housewife. And that's where the imbalance comes up. You know, so that's where people are saying, hey, if you know, no one is saying that you're going to choose for perfection, but people are saying choose better, right? You know what I mean? You can get a car, you know, a Honda with 100,000 miles, you know what I mean? It's kind of beat up, or a Honda with less miles and, you know, registered up to date. They both Hondas, both look good, but one got visible, notable problems. So in that regard, you know what I mean? You making a conscious choice to choose better. Same thing. You got two dudes. Pookie is 6 foot. This Duncan Tenderhughes dude is 6 foot. Duncan Tenderhughes got a good credit score. This other dude, Pookie, got a 300 credit score. Duncan ain't gonna be perfect, but it is a better option than the Pookie, and that's all people saying. Ultimately, you choose whatever you want. You know what I mean? If Pookie is the dude for you, I'm just saying, like, people just need to stop complaining about their choices. And usually people are complaining about their choices because they wish they had chose better. So since they didn't, they're kind of like, oh, well, niggas ain't shit. And it's like, that's not true. You know, you chose an ain't shit nigga. Maybe you could stick it out with them, you know, like to death do us part through thick and thin. Like, I agree with that. You know what I mean? But that, you know, unfortunately, that's not like what most people want to do. I even see dudes do it. Like, I know a dude, he got with a chick. She already had a bunch of kids. He thought her hoeing days was over. He tried to stick it out. He knew she was a hoe. And then, you know, she went back to the streets, you know. He thought she was trying to do better, but everybody else was like, man. But, you know, so it's nuanced, you know what I mean? I ain't like, you know, just totally discounting what you said, but, you know, I think it's a more complex discussion. It's not a one size fits all for every, people's scenario. You feel me?
No, I feel you.
No, good point.
You want to say M3?
What's saying, Rufus?
Do you have something you want to say?
No, man, like you guys, man, are definitely like cooking on this topic.
Because I'm on Smith St. Joe's ass today.
M3
We're
on
gonna get back
autopilot.
to that. We're gonna get back to that, but let's get through a little bit of the video first.
Yeah.
I cooked Ruthless the other day on some Bible stuff.
Oh,
What?
That's why he's a little upset.
That's what I was like. Rufus came in hot.
Yeah, he was on my neck, B-Eazy.
Hey, hold on. Before you play it, you said you cooked them. What was it? Medium or medium rare? Well done. How'd you cook?
It was light. It was kind of light. Yeah, it was
A little
medium
saute?
well. I ain't go all the way with it.
Okay, got you.
Oh, okay. All right.
But Ruthless on that Utopia bullshit today though. I'm hearing him. I'm letting it register with Ruthless.
All right, man. Shout out to Rufus being a sore loser, I guess. But hey, we'll continue.
My options is different. I might want to go play that field. Like, it's like I don't work that hard. If you ain't got nobody that stayed down with you to your success, And even sometimes, even when you do stay down, like my options change up. I want to go explore them options because we always think it's something better going on. But I think too, my mentality about this is always like, whatever. Like the whole conversation is like, do what you want to do, as long as it's not like, well, I'm dating white men because I hate black men. Like, I'm cool. But then also too, it's just like, in like a case like Serena Williams, like the only thing I ever really heard black men compliment her about was her ass. You feel me? Everything else is like she manly, she this and that. But she go get the white dude. Now the white dude look crazy. He looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he is a billionaire.
You
like,
saw the swimming trunk picture, didn't you?
I did. Shot a little translucent.
I
You hear
didn't
me?
see the swimming trunk picture.
Hey, could you just pause it real quick?
Oh, don't say that.
It's a stark contrast.
Okay.
Three,
like,
was that you, Ruthless, at pause?
No.
I just want to chime in real quick because this is a lie that could just keep permeating and nobody really seems to check it. Bruh, I don't know any black dude that was hating on Serena Williams' face card. She looks better now than what now. She looked kind of sucked up. She lost the cheeks and all this shit. There used to be a magazine called King Magazine that was just dedicated towards highlighting beautiful black women and shit. And I know it's the Sambos in here, man, she's ugly and all that shit. That's cool, bro. If you think she's ugly, fine, my nigga. I'm not gonna hold you on that. The majority of black men wasn't on that shit. Nobody was saying, oh, she's as fine as Megan Good or Kelly Rowland or Beyonce. Nobody was saying that, and that shit doesn't matter. Black men was not saying she was manly and all that. It was really the black women that was saying that. But somehow this shit got blamed on black men. So this shit always gets glossed over. And for this dude to sit up there and say that shit, it's like, bro, maybe you was saying that. You feel me? And like, who was he hanging with that was saying that, bro? Because I literally don't know no black dudes that was saying that, bro. So I just had to clear that up. It was really black women, but somehow, you know, you know, like everything else, blame the niggas. You feel me? Go ahead, bro.
No,
because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, I ain't never heard nobody say that. I always heard people
Bro,
like you said was like she's
said
thick, and then you know they was like always praising her for her their tennis ability. So you know everybody was like giving them their props. So yeah, that shit he talking about. I'm like, man, who the fuck?
You know why they do that? They do that to try to justify her swirling. Oh, you know what that's why they go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's where that whole goofy little shit comes from, because they try to act like, well, black men didn't know what they had, so she just went over to the. It's like, come on, bro. But then on the flip side, can't like Bronny James and all this stuff say like, hey, the sisters didn't know what they had, so he had to go get him a snow bunny. And it's like, no, you hate yourself. Your mama's black and all that. It's like, Serena's daddy is black. And she went and got with Bradley. So it's like, come on now.
But when she went over there, I don't even think guys was, man, everybody was like, shit, if you landed a millionaire, shit, we ain't mad at you.
Hey, wasn't she with like Jamie Foxx or Drake or something like that?
Yeah, I think Drake
and some. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you know, Drake is questionable with his blackness. One day he's black, one day he say he's racially ambiguous. So let's just call him black for now. But like, obviously, you think Drake, a Canadian dude, was the only dude that thought she would, you know? And this is another thing chicks do too. It'd be a bunch of black dudes checking for them. They don't want those dudes. They find a white billionaire and like, see, the black dudes didn't want me. It's like, just say you want, you feel me? Just say you found, okay, a high value dude who happened to be some old crusty white dude. You know what I mean? I don't think he's old and crusty, but he is some just basic white dude, right? That's fine for her. Like, bravo. Stop trying to act like you did that because black men was checking for you. That's all I'm trying to, is just dispel those lies.
Right,
you feel me?
Yeah, she was with Drake and Common.
Yeah, because
there it goes. I was trying to figure out who it was. Come on, bruh. You know, Common, I think Common damn near, I mean, I don't know if he with a black chick now, but he used to only date black chicks. So it's like, what are you gonna say, bro? That like, oh, the black man hated her? No, high value black man was checking for her, bro. And so it's the same thing with Eve. Like, you trying to tell me that no other body wanted Eve except for some old white dudes? Like, nah, like they chose what they wanted. They're divestors and spoilers. Good for them. But don't blame black men because they think the white ice is colder.
Yeah, and on the record too, like Common's still dating black women. He's dating like Jennifer. What's her name? Jennifer Hudson now.
Oh yeah, Jennifer Hudson. Wasn't he with that comedian chick too?
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish or whatever. Yeah.
And he was with the infamous coochie slinger Erica Badu.
Oh,
she be turning dudes out.
Damn, Common was slaying them. Huh? Hey, as I said, I'm like, bro, resume is quite impressive. Okay, shout out to Common.
Yeah, Common wasn't playing around. Yeah, he had Taraji, Serena, Angela, Rye. Comment about that life.
I might have to up him some notches on the top rapper, so I didn't know he was playing like that.
Yeah, gotta give him his props. What's up, Dark Lake?
How y'all doing?
What's good, Dark Lake?
Hey, I kind of want to. I'll just say one thing, but I'll let other people talk right now because I kind of want to gather my thoughts because I hate this video so much. But it was what the other guy was saying. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm on my phone. It's a little too
was it B-Eazy
small.
Or was it Ruthless?
Yeah, I think it was B-Eazy. You were talking about the Serena thing. You were bringing up that point that like it's a lie, and I think you're right because this whole thing, this statement was brought up on the show that, oh, a black man not really being attracted to Serena or, thinking she looks masculine or whatever. But it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like just a blatant lie. Like are you guys familiar with Mark Knight? He is an illustrator for the Sun news publication.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he created that illustration of Serena Williams jumping up and down like a beast on the tennis field with like ultra masculine features, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's a white man who insulted Serena Williams for her features, right? Owned by working for a publication that is white, right? But none of these black women on the screen is saying, well, I mean, the white man, insulted her, but it's okay that she dates a white guy. She's not weak for dating a white guy. Really? But then we could make the argument, well, yeah, she is weak for that. I mean, obviously that's BS. You're into whoever you're into, but I'm just saying for the sake of the argument, we could inverse that and be like, wait a minute, these white men insulted you, Serena? So you don't have the strength to be like, you know what? I'm going to take pride in who I am as a black woman, my daddy black. So let me stick with black men who haven't insulted me like these white men have. So I can say, yeah, Serena, you're weak for dating that white man. Now, obviously, I don't believe that because it's illogical. But if I'm going to debate an illogical point, the best thing to do is to inverse the illogical point. And it seems like that's all you can do with these, sisterhood talking points, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. And to add on to that, right? Let's just even take it up a notch, right? Let's say because of white media that's truly portraying her as the masculine being that we're blamed for, right? Maybe in a retro sense, she's probably like, okay, I need to get out of this masculine stigma that these white people has placed on me. Now I'm surrounded by them. I work with them. Now I'm married to one, so I need to join and to please them because they look at me like I'm a beast. But of course, everyone's going to twist it around to make it seem like we are the ones that turn her into the person that she's looking like today. And she's looking like a hot mess, This is like the most unattractive form that we have ever seen Serena have become. Due to
have you seen her skin? I've seen she was bleaching her skin. Bro, she lost
I think she did it again, right? She bleached her skin again, right?
And she lost a lot of muscle mass too to look more feminine.
Bruh, it don't even look cool. So once again, where you can't tell me that black men drove her to that. You know what I mean? Because if the white dude loved her so much natural, why did she do all this shit? Why is she changing her appearance?
Bro, and bro, that's a key point right there, right? Because for the most part, right? Because if we're gonna talk about weakness, right, which is what that woman in this video to the far left claims, that if a black dude dates outside his race, he's weak, but if a black woman does it, then she's at rest or whatever, right? The thing is, oh shit, damn! I see. I'm so pissed off about this. I forgot my point. I'm sorry.
So hold on. Let me pick it up, and then you might pick it up. Think
Thank
about this. You said that she's, according to this woman, that she's at rest. But how is she at rest when, if she was at rest, she would say, fine, I'm going to keep my black nappy hair. I'm going to keep my big old black butt. That would be at rest. Instead, she's working hard. She's not resting. She's working diligently to lighten her skin. That's not rest. Working diligently to lose all her curves. That's not rest. Also, they try to talk about black men are colorists. They always go for light-skinned Keisha. How do you think there is a light-skinned Keisha? Because people like Serena Williams want to get with a zaddy, and now they pump out light-skinned babies who they don't even, i.e. Candace Owens. Candace Owens said her kids are not black. They're mixed. So if you say, okay, cool, your kids are not black, they're mixed, then it becomes, you can't gatekeep blackness. Who are you to say that they're not black? It's like their mama and themselves don't even consider themselves black. Their mom considers them mixed because they think that they're some exotic race. But that shit gets put on black men too. I heard a chick saying black men have babies with non-black chicks so their kids could have good hair. I don't know no nigga that's ever said no shit like that. I've heard women say that, but that's a new narrative. Like this dude saying black men hated Serena Williams' face card. That's a new narrative out there too, that black men, they're getting with these Latinas and white chicks because they rejected the black girls with nappy hair, so they want to produce a baby that has this little pretty Puerto Rican hair. That's some bullshit if I ever heard it.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys might disagree with me. I'm not gonna lie. She don't look that bad right there to me. I've seen I've seen hella worse images of her right there. However the angle is, whatever, it's all right to me, right? But
Brad,
like,
you went from Dark Lake to Dark Simp. Nah, just
because I'm saying she look all right there. Like, damn. Okay, hold on, wait.
I think your point,
bro. I know. I think that your point is facts, bro, because that was the thing you basically said it. Well, essentially, it's like, you know, if I'm a black man with locks in my hair and I'm dating a black woman, right? I'm going to be a black man with locks in my hair if I'm dating a white woman, right? Like, it's like I don't feel the need to change anything about myself pertaining to the race of woman I'm dating. The farthest I'll go is if I'm dating a Latin chick, maybe I'll learn some Spanish. That's as far as I'm going. But you don't see that in the inverse a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see these women thinking they have to change everything about themselves to acquiesce or submit to what they think is the dominant culture. And it I think it just kind of highlights the respect they have for us. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty bad though. Like, is this recent?
Jamie Foxx
now. No, this is the most recent. The one that you said, Dark Lake, when she was in the blue, she did look proper right there. She did have that skin bleaching, but her body was still proper. This one is her cutting all that weight and trying to be extra skinny. Like, she don't even got cheeks anymore. And look at her face, is all sucked up. I think she did something with her lips. She already had big lips. And then, which I'm not saying that is bad. I like those big lips, but like, she tried to make the lips like more, like you said, the dominant society. Is like, that's not how your lips were meant to be. The shit just don't look right, bro.
So
yeah, she looked good before, man. She should have left that shit alone.
We have to not get upset with these things, because we just got to be understanding that women will be delusional, and they invest heavy in their illusion. Right? This is the type of creatures they are. They don't really care what men think. They don't really care what we think. They do everything for themselves. And there's who's gonna check them. Who gonna check me, boo?
Yeah, that picture right there, dude, look bad. I'll take Lizzo. I'll take Lizzo bad. Over that.
Ruthless, you'll take that. You'll take that or Lizzo, Ruthless.
I would take neither.
You gotta pick one, Ruthless.
You gotta pick one, Ruthless. Y'all the last 3 humans on Earth.
Oh shit! Come
Who's
on,
that
Y'all
Rufus.
the last 3. You gotta pick one. Don't tell me you gonna pick Angela.
Who's that right there? Who's that?
What, that picture?
Yeah.
That's
Who's that?
Serena.
That's Serena?
Yeah.
Yeah. This the new Serena.
Yeah, I'll jack off or hit that.
Hand G it is.
Let me keep scrolling down. Oh, somebody. Oh, they dropped out. Okay,
It's like, bro, where the thighs? The thighs used to be bulging and pop, like it was proportioned though. Like it wasn't like fat or anything. This
Yeah,
is what,
you got the build, man. She was looking good. That's too much right there.
yeah, this I don't know. Even her sister is she ain't even she looking the same way. I'm just like, damn, man, y'all really hate yourself. Shout out to King Richard, man. Was this his dream? Was this King Richard's dream? I'm just saying. And he like, bruh didn't even get enough credit. They was treating him like he was like Ruthless said, like he was a misogynist. Like, bro, he raised 2 of the greatest athletes to ever walk the face of Earth, ever. And it's just like, was he too mean to his girls? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
But hey, let's pull back up the rest of that video because that's where they. I want to see where they get to that point where she's like calling us out.
Yeah.
Get into that smoke.
Hell yeah.
I'm just playing. But nah, I'm just saying it's like, but you can't go. But then it's like, well, he do got $1 billion, and men respect money. You feel me? So it's like, well, she do got $1 billion, but you can use the example too. But I think also my kind of like point of view is, if you go to college, you in your career, you doing your thing. The type of people you around too, it lessens like the black man that you might want. That field do get shorter and shorter because of war on drugs. Like we was funneled into prison, y'all was left out here, and y'all figured it out. Like
my man throwing everything in there.
I'm gonna go to court.
Bruh, this nigga is getting on my nerves, bro.
That's just real. The stats is though.
But I mean, I feel like I'm trying to get an answer out of y'all that I haven't gotten yet.
Okay, come on.
When we're walking down the street and we see a black man holding hands with a white woman, we have a very particular experience.
Yes.
But when we be walking down the street, we might see a black woman with a white man. We might not have that same energy. And where is that setting?
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes the white boys be pulling some bad. I'm talking about bad. I be like, hey.
They do.
My boy.
And once the black wife effect take over, it'd be like, okay, they match.
Hey.
Honestly, I think a lot of black women, and I'll speak for myself, and I'm working through not feeling like this. If I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman, there's a weakness in him.
Ooh.
Something in him is weak.
I want to preface this by saying, 'cause I don't think we had an opportunity to say it as much. Love is love.
Love is love.
And
love
as was evidenced in our B-Eazy draft, we just fell in love and she just happened to be white. Sometimes this happens.
No, that's real.
But sometimes it don't. And I just want to contextualize her statement by saying that.
And I appreciate you doing that because I believe the same. On the other side, I think when I see a black woman with a white man, despite all the historical context that we know that sits behind that, I think, oh, she must have got she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now. And again, why would that be the interpretation? Yeah. Because as I mentioned earlier, for me,
go ahead, hit pause, man.
Outside my race.
Yeah.
But it may be my only option at a certain point. So I have.
I'm sorry, I kind of missed the explanation of why, if a black man is walking with, and I don't know why these sisters keep fixing on these white women. That should be worried about like the Latinas.
She didn't give an explanation. She didn't give an explanation. She just opined. She said she made an assertion. She said if she sees them, there's something weak in him. So she asserted that as if it was a fact, but she never said there's something weak in him because of this. I can see how he's dressed and all this other stuff. Even if she made a assertion and she wanted to make it factual, that would only pertain to that one black person, right? So it's this stuff is just all over the place. But then on the flip side, so with black man, she sees automatically when she sees the black man, she's already thinking denigration, right? This nigga weak. Look at him. He's with a white chick. And then here comes the toxic feminism, right? When she sees the black woman, here comes the guilt trip. She must have been tired. She's resting now. So now it's like a fairy tale and story. Like she lived the color purple lifestyle, and now she's resting with Prince Charming, who happens to be white. It's like it's just all bullshit, bro.
No, that's a good point, B-Eazy, because when she said that, man, at first I didn't get that far into the clip, but I heard the part where she was like, black men are weak. But then when she shifted it over, like you said, she was like, the woman must be burnt out. She got done dirty. So like you said, here comes the savior, what's that movie, Pretty Woman, where my man wiped up the hooker and gave her the good life and stuff.
Was that Richard Gere? Or
Richard Gere. So
was that Julia Roberts or no? Was that Julia Roberts? Okay, yeah. So, and it's the thing. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with choosing better. Let's just give the benefit of the doubt. She probably was tired, right? But she was tired because her first nigga was Pookie, then Junebug, then Man, then Tyrone. You feel me? Then Lil Half Dead. Like, yeah, of course she would be tired. But now you trying to say, I'm tired of black men. No, you tired of dusty niggas who you just keep letting go to Pound Town on your cooch. That's what you tired of.
Yeah,
but now everybody has to take the, you feel me? High value black man got to take it. Nerdy black man got to take it. Young black man is just graduating. They have to, face the ire because of you basically being for the streets. You was for the concrete, and you got your cooch pounded into the concrete, and now you want to blame everybody else. Then they get with Brad and start doing everything that they should have done. I'm gonna hit the gym. Like, why you wasn't hitting the gym before? I'm gonna start eating right. Why you wasn't doing that before? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
No, it's just the other part, man. That's crazy. Is just like, man, if you could understand like why a female would like end up going with a white dude, how you not understand why the black dude might be like? You could literally apply the same concept to the other side. So it's just crazy where, like you said, it went negative on a guy, but on the female side, it was like on some positive stuff. But it's like, man, you literally look at it both ways. Like, oh, maybe he's burnt out and tired too.
So we do have here I would say, clarification that there is a war, a gender war that's out here. And she pretty much stated it, right? That on the woman's side, she's going to show more sympathy or empathy. And on the man's side, fuck him. He's weak. Because overall, women don't typically like most men. And particularly black women don't like most black men. Right? They have their likes, they have their picks. But typically, since slavery, see, a lot of women, homies, you don't want to realize this, but women pick winners and they don't like losers. And this is the fact of life, right? And we lost big in slavery, and even more in integration, and even more in the civil rights movement, right? We just kept losing and losing and losing, right? We took all those L's. And our women was like, they're looking at us like, y'all losers. So this is what she's pointing out here. This is what she's saying. She's literally just said that. I see a black man with a white woman, he's weak. But she's uplifting the black woman. You see what I'm saying? Because she's telling the black woman, you picked the winner. And the black man, you're a loser because you sided with the winner. Which is a clear display of a war amongst ourselves as men and women, that the black women are declaring that black men are not the winners in this circle of the hemisphere.
Not only that,
go ahead, B-Eazy.
Yeah, no, I just want to add to what Rufus was saying. Not only that, what they're essentially saying is that, okay, you guys are not the winners, and then they say, oh, hold on. Actually, there are some winners, and those winners should be with black women. You see, so first they denigrate the entire population. niggas ain't shit, right? So when they say niggas ain't shit, they ain't just talking about the pookies, right? They talking about men, specifically black men. So you saying all black men ain't shit, and like Ruth was saying, they seeing us through a lens of, okay, you guys didn't win a race war. Why should we bow down to you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting employed by you. The white man is employing me and shit like that, right? So then dudes is like, all right, you know what? You see me as a loser, fine. Other races start seeing you as a winner and basically a god, and, you know, basically kind of groveling at your feet. And then suddenly it's like, your winning way should be with a black woman. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's what some dudes is thinking. Like, man, on my come up, y'all was looking at me like I was dusty. Like, you wasn't putting no shots up in the gym with me. Now I win the championship, and it's like, you black, I'm black. We belong together. It's like, actually, Becky was the one getting me through this. You feel me? Like, when I had long, hard days, Becky was coming over and giving me a massage. Becky or Maria or Mylene was cooking me meals and shit like that. You know what I mean? So this is the perspective many dudes is coming from it. So is he weak for accepting that? Think about this. I'm weak for getting a chick from another race to submit to me. I'm weak to getting a chick, hey, bust it open for me, she does it. Hey, cook for me, she does it. Make me a sandwich, she does it. Hey, send me some money, she does it. I'm weak for accepting that? Does that make any sense? No, it would be weak for me to be dealing with a chick with a funky ass attitude. It would be weak for me to be letting a chick be hitting you and shit like that. You try to go inside her head, man, that's a female. Like, bro, this chick just hit me with a pot, bro. You feel me? Like, so it's like, what is the real weakness, bro? The weakness is staying in that situation, sitting around being docile and emasculated. Nah, bro, I ain't tolerating that from no chick, bro. I don't give a fuck what race or ethnicity she is, bro.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Because when she said weakness, man, that just shows like a level of entitlement. And, you know, man, when people start speaking from entitlement, it's almost like they look at you like a possession. So that explains why sometimes,
and superiority.
Yeah.
Right? By her saying weakness, she's saying we're the strength and we are the standard bearers of strength. So we could say who's weak. You feel me? Because she's saying she's speaking from a position of power, weak, authority, right? She has the authority to call you weak. You know what I mean? So it's almost like a coach saying, hey, look, man, you're weak. That's why you ain't getting a start, right? He has the authority to say who's going to start who. That's what they're trying to say. Like, oh, we can say who's weak. Oh, we can say who's viable and who's marriage material. Oh, he's with a white woman. He's weak. Oh, he's with a black. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, no. Like, and some dudes, you know, they do kind of like bow down and bend the knee. So that's kind of emboldened them. And a lot of them, they hang around weak dudes like they have on this panel. That further emboldens them. So they have the sisterhood that's pumping their head up. They got the white feminists pumping their head up. They got moist simp dudes like this pumping their head up. So they do start to think they are invisible when they get around some true alpha masculine energy. That's like almost like poisonous to them, and they always gonna repel against it. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Let me ask y'all a question. So, you know, when guys like say like a black female with a white dude, does anybody really even trip about it, or like to the level? Do you hear guys calling them weak or anything? Or we just be like, hey man, if he treats you good, shit,
what is there to trip about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What is there to see? This I'm glad we already dispelled like at least 2 myths. The Serena Williams lie. It was another lie, and this is the other lie. No one really, no one cares. What happens is when a lot of times when they be with a white dude and they see a black dude, they try to go all out. Like they're trying to grab his dick in public and here, kiss my neck. I'm like, bitch, I don't care if you with this dude. I really don't. And then sometimes dudes might laugh like, and then they'll think that, oh, he's laughing because he's jealous and he's a hater. He wish he had this. It's like, no, nobody wants you. I mean, I see most of those chicks is bad wenches anyways. Not all of them. If you just find a white dude and he treats you well and you ain't a Sambo and selling out your community, hey, fine by me. But if you on the bed wench Candace or Candace Owens stuff, I can't rock with that, bro. But yeah, I don't know no dude that's ever saying like, man, all those white dudes. If anything, it's the flip side. It's those white dudes, like, bro. Look, bruh, people don't realize how pervasive like the racism is when it comes to interracial. That shit never stops. People got to get in some of these like you don't have to, but if you in some of these white supremacist troll spaces, which I kind of dabble in to know where we up against. But you know they got all sorts of names: mud short, coal burner. They say you burn the coal, you pay the toll. Do you know one black dude that has a derogative, pejorative name for black women that date white dudes? Even swirler and divester, those are not even like really like, I mean, that's not a harsh term, and we didn't come up with those terms. But bro, they got a whole website of just names that they call white chicks who date black dudes. So they really care about like black dicks, bro. Even think of the term BBC. Think about that, bro. A black dude didn't come up with that. You gotta really think about that, bro. They're obsessed with our dicks so much that they came up with an acronym for our dicks. Black.com. You know what black.com is? A bunch of black Mandingo warriors typing the shit out of some of the finest white chicks you'll ever see. Guess who runs it? White dudes. Guess who the leading consumer of porn is? White dudes. Guess what their favorite category is? Black dudes pounding the shit out of white chicks.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, look this up. Nobody has to take my word for it. Look it up. So when all the people talk about degeneracy and sexual deviance and you guys can't keep it in your pants, I'm like, who runs these industries? You feel me? Is it a black dude that runs OnlyFans and Cam Soda and all this stuff? No. Do you know any black-owned web promoting company? Backpage or anything like that? So who really is on some degenerate stuff? That's their culture, right? So I'm just saying, like, you got to put all this into context. So when they try to say, oh, black men is that, like, you're going over to the most, you know, no pun intended, but you're going over to the most ruthless group of beings to ever live. Right now, Ukrainians and Russians. Nobody, they're blonde hair, blue eyes. There's no doubt that they're white, right? Right now, there's a war right now where guess what they're doing? Slaughtering each other. Guess what no one is calling it? White on white crime. The amount of white bodies that they dropped in there, if you combine, what about Chicago? Combine the murders in Chicago for like the last 30, 40 years, it won't even amount to what white Ukrainians and white Russians is doing to each other right now. That's their culture. But when they come over here, it's just they're another white person and you got to bow down to them because they have the superior culture. A superior culture built on violence, degeneracy, you know what I mean? Sexual exploitation. And then many of us, you know, we like to even start blaming ourselves. We're the most violent. No, we're not. You know, we're the most sexually deviant. How many illicit massage parlors do we have? There's a bunch of Asian ones. The human trafficking, there's over 300,000+ of missing kids. A lot of them are Hispanic, Latino kids.
Yeah.
Who trafficked those kids? It wasn't us. So I'm just saying, like, you got to put things in proper context. And just to draw it all together, I'm saying, like, when these chicks date outside their race, they try to act like this. Hey, we're leaving these black gangbangers, and then they go get with a Mexican cartel member. Who's more violent, bro? The Mexican cartel or Great Street Crips? You feel me? So it's like all this shit got to be put in context, bro.
Nah, solid points, man. Definitely. Ruthless, what you got?
Wait, actually, hold on, Jerk.
Oh, you gonna jump in the video?
Yeah. I got just two videos I just want to play, right? The first one, right, that you see like on the screen, right? I just want to just kind of show like a comparison. Now, not all women, black women, you know, think this way about black men. Just like not all white women will think the same about black men. Let me just go ahead and play this real quick. I want to just show you.
Man. Nothing. Black men. Your favorite thing about black men? Nothing. black men suck.
What you?
They're bad. They cheat. They don't care. I'm with the white boys.
What's your favorite thing about white men?
Nothing.
Why say that?
I don't like black men. Not very many meet my standards.
What's your favorite thing about white men?
Nothing. They're just terrible.
Even when you just said that, because I'm thinking about the guest that we just had, she admitted that, her father wasn't a productive father, which I guess justify why she is allowed to say negative things about black men. It's okay for black women to say stuff like that. Like, they will critique a lot of black men sometimes with, oh, you must hate your mother. Like, we get that a lot. You must hate your mother.
Well, they say that to me. I must hate my mom.
Yeah, like
black women accountable.
When black women have these negative thoughts about black men, nobody says you must hate your father. And it's clearly true.
Yeah.
That one experience can cause you to have a whole hatred towards men. And for some reason that's valid. But when a black man is not allowed to have that same experience with his mom.
Okay. And I won't play the next video. This one's also short too. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my bad, y'all.
Nigeria.
Nigeria again. Okay, why Nigeria? Why?
My ex is Nigerian.
You like your black men? Is that your type?
Mm.
Would you go for anyone that's white?
Mm-mm.
Brown?
Mm-mm.
Mexican?
Mm-mm.
Why black guys? Tell us why.
They're hugging like a horse. They're sexy as fuck. I like it.
Wow. So, if I could plug you with a black man right now, would you be on that?
Yeah.
You'd be on that? Yeah? Set you up. All right, cool.
All right. I just want to just play that real quick because I just want to show you guys kind of like a slight comparison, right? So this is what we see like on the media. Now again, to each his own. You may not even run into those types like in person, but you literally got like black men that do come up on these panels, share their similar experiences, talking about like, well, when I got with this, black sister or whatever, or when I'm around certain groups, they don't treat me the same, like I'm special, like I'm an anomaly, as opposed to other nationalities that actually appreciate me. Now, again, I'm not just taking this like, as like, this is like, valid, or this is like just, 100% true. But only reason why I play these type of videos, because when you go through like TikTok and other social media avenues, you'll always like see like topics of why white women love black men so much, or you'll see like these, oh, I adore you black man videos. But then it's like, when it comes like to like our own people, we get the vitriol, we get the hatred. We're like, black men cheat. Why dating black men like of our own culture is so disgusting. So I just kind of want to like set it up for you guys. What you guys think?
Yeah, real quick, because I see where you're going. I just think, man, like we hit it on the head earlier. As far as I think when people struggle, man, instead of them like kind of holding the mirror to themselves, man, it turns into like, oh, they're weak. They lack this. Because like I said, like B-Eazy laid it out earlier, man, there's a lot of good dudes out here. And I think typically, even if like people date out, because I'm like, man, I put women in the same category. You got good and bad. I'm not one that my race ain't really preference. To me, it's like, do you treat somebody good? Do you got your stuff together? And I don't mess with broke chicks. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think when the lady in the video, when she was looking at it from that dynamic where she was calling the guy weak, men typically don't hunt like that. I think literally, if you a bad chick, you come up to a guy, you treat him nice, he's gonna be receptive. Even if we got preferences, we're just like, damn, if a female's treating you like super good and she got all her stuff in order, like most men are just gonna go. That's how easy it is. They ain't no like super racial shit to it. Like you do got some clowns that be like, oh, I only mess with this type, but that's just such a small percentage. Where I think just men are just looking for like the basics, honestly. So I think a lot of females miss that thing where she was looking at like, oh, you're burnt out and all that. We're looking at it like, man, just whoever give me the best treatment and stuff. That's where I'm going with. You know what I'm saying?
So let me just ask this one last question, and then I'm just gonna move on to the rest of the people. So then, like, if it's so simple, why couldn't I'm talking about women in general, right? Why it's so hard for women just to be kind-hearted or just to be a little bit more nicer, because I feel like you can get whatever that you want if you have like a good attitude and you treat the person right, and that goes for anyone.
And
Well,
to answer that question,
go ahead.
is I'm going to return it with a question. Why would I have to be nice when, whether I'm mean or nice, I get what I want? Right? Women have figured out back in the day how they used to, pretend to be happy, pretend to like your dirty drawers. That was just cap, right? They just was in survival mode. Now they don't have to do that, and they're still getting the things they want. The outcome is what counts to women. They no longer have to be nice. They can just say, "Get your weight up," or keep it stepping. And dudes are matching those, are meeting those as much as they can, and they're sitting back and enjoying themselves. So I ain't gonna lie to you. If I ain't gotta be nice, I ain't gonna be fucking nice. Right? A lot of times I gotta be nice because I have to at work. At work, you gotta be nice. You gotta be cool, or cordial would say. But I'm on the streets, shit. I'll just get your bitch ass out the way. So it's the name of the game, right? And I'm gonna land this last point.
Mm-hmm.
We did this to ourselves. Through that chivalry, all the motherfucking love songs, all that I give you the world attitude, and the women flipped it. Oh, well, shit. These niggas is talking about giving us all this good shit, and all we gotta do be a bad bitch. And that's why they no longer, respect the nice way. It's all about their way or the highway. That's the name of the game right now.
Now, I agree that they got that mindset, but it seemed like it's starting to backfire now, because it seemed like there's no longevity to that. So when they start like getting up there in age and guys start growing a little bit, stop being pedestalizing too much, then that's when that dynamic is shifting and stuff. So like with the lady, it seems like she's starting to run into that patch where she's having trouble and stuff. So that's when the complaining start. So I do agree with you, Ruthless, but I think it's short-term thinking.
Yeah, but she has 15 guys in the friend zone.
Yeah, but they're still friends. They're still miserable, and they're still not really getting what they want.
I know, but I'm just saying, she got 15 niggas that she friend zoned. That are bringing her flowers. They're waiting 10 to 12 years for her.
And that's a powerful position to be in. Remember, I told you, Sophisticated, how that one chick was speaking from a place of superiority. Like Rufus was saying, if a chick got 15 dudes in the friend zone, that's 15 crash outs, bro. That's what she has, bro. That's like a little, bro. That's like a game at her disposal. Because if she call each one of those 15 friend zones and say, "Ruthless hit me," you feel me? They gonna all pull up. They might turn into the Transformers. And what did she really even do to get that? So why would she change her ways if she can get a dude to come crash out and not even give up the cooch? You know what I mean? Just flirt or send a text or send a photo that she already posted on Instagram. If she can get flued out for that, if she can get cash apps and dinners and booty calls and here, man, I'm gonna go pull up on this nigga. If she can do that without a commitment, why would they ever commit? I mean, from their standpoint, because like society is trying to further emasculate and feminize the men, but make the women more masculine. So they are operating from a, like they're in the driver's seat. And some dudes are allowing that. They continuously capitulate. They bend the knee. How people were saying, yes, a monster, yes, a master, yes, a boss. Yeah, that's what the OnlyFans chick is. Because some of these chicks is bad, bro. Like the finest chick a lot of these dudes have ever seen, ever had. So they like, man, I'm gonna spend $100 on this video game on Fortnite anyway. I might as well spend it on her to FaceTime her or to do this or to get her something off her Amazon wish list. And then she sent me a special video of her playing with her cooch. And, you feel like, oh, damn, like, this is my chick. And she's doing that with 15 dudes, 20 dudes and stuff, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
It's just extremely pathetic right now. You know what I mean? Because dudes they are enabling everything that they complaining about. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing on chicks. It's just like a circular thing. I can't find any good men. It's like, yeah, because you keep messing with all these simps and dorks, and the good men don't got time for that. And then you got so much mileage that you're not compatible with a good man. And the same thing, dudes looking for wifey material, but a lot of the wifey material, they probably don't look like that OnlyFans slut that you want to smash. Like a lot of the wifey materials, they may not look like that. They might be fine. They'll do everything, clean your dirty drawers back like they used to do. OnlyFans chick ain't gonna do that shit. You feel me? Because they got another blue check waiting to fly them out and pump and dump them. You know what I mean? And they're like, okay, chicks say, if I'm gonna be crying, I'd rather be crying in a Bentley than in a bucket. You feel me? They don't look at the hard-working dude and say, yeah, he's going to be faithful and all the shit. They rather have a dude like Future. Future got, 10, 11 kids? How many chicks would sign up to give him his 13? You could come and say, I have 0 kids and I would never cheat on you. Baby, I'll drink your bath water. As soon as you let her know that you that cowardly and selfish, they'll be like, cool, another sucker that I could play while I'm getting the cheeks blown out by a dusty poopy nigga.
So let me ask y'all this, man. So when she was like, hey, men are weak if they date out. So dude, at the end of the day, you think she's looking at it like, shit, I gotta shame them back into this power dynamic that I got. Like damn near keep them on a plantation because if like guys start like exploring and going out to other places, then they lose them and stuff. So you think it's like kind of like a power play then?
Of course. It goes back to what I said, superiority, right? Nobody wants to lose power. People don't want to abdicate the throne. I mean, I don't believe they have the throne, but like technically people say the black community specifically is a matriarchy and a gynocracy. So that means that they would have the throne, right? So they ain't trying to give that up. You know what I mean? So anything that's a threat to their perceived power, it's more like the Wizard of Oz, the kind of illusion that it appears like they got the crown. And then you go up there, you like, oh, that's a Burger King crown. You don't really got the damn. That's really what it is. And then you'll see a real brother up there with the true gold encrusted crown. But from afar, it's like a mirage. It looks like, damn, this dude got the crown. But like I said, you get up close, it's the Burger King crown. But yeah, that's what they're trying to do, to guilt you and shame you. Because right now, if you get in with a chick, and it doesn't matter what race she is, she's Latina, she's a white chick, yo, mama's black. I'm not trying to smash my mama, so what the hell does that have to do with anything? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, if anything is like, don't bring that up. I'm trying to dig in these guts and you bring it up. My mama black. I'm like, I'm deep in something. And I'm like, don't bring up my mama. Like, my mom. Like, I can't even smash nothing to Dear Mama. Don't play no Dear Mama Pac when I'm in. I don't want to think about my mom. You feel me? But like, I'm just fucking around. But seriously, that's one of the goofiest things that you could ever say. Yeah, my man's black. Like, yeah, and I'm not trying to date her, so I don't even know why you're saying that. You feel me? And it's just crazy, bro.
He's a crazy boy.
Yeah. Is there any more left in the video that we need to play out, Jerk?
No. That was pretty much the gist of it, man. Nah, it just kind of irritated me, man.
I was gonna say I was getting a little queasy, bro. I don't know how much. Bro's stomach was getting a little queasy. I didn't know how much more I could take before I puked.
No, I'm glad y'all pulled up, man. Yeah, because man, when I seen that, I'm just like, man, this shit crazy, man. The entitlement, like I said, she was talking like. And the fact that she recognized like the female side, it turned that to a positive. I'm like, man, what kind of hypocritical shit is this?
The sympathy was real for her, but then just like the straight disdain for us. That's what be told is a lot of these chicks be having fun. That's where the dangerous part really get in there. And then they be, and look, no disrespect to someone of those community, because I know actually some solid people of that rainbow community and stuff, but a lot of that time, you know what I mean? Like, sounds like she would probably be more likely to be on some Gabrielle Union and her son would be on some Zaya Wade shit with this type of thinking, because like it's like they're getting a lot of men to like kind of hate themselves, and the future is female, right? Black girl magic. So some of these dudes who are grew up with a mom, grew up around sisters, they be taking them to the nail shop where it's just a bunch of gossipy females and stuff. They kind of identify more with that. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's like when you start saying, oh, her son is trans, oh, her son is like, it starts to make sense more. But then the issue, they'll turn around and say, oh, these niggas on the DL, like, your son is trans because of the way you raised them. So who the hell are you to be talking about DL niggas? It's goofy bitches like you is why dudes is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why they, you know, why they looking for butt instead of, you know, something else. Go ahead, Rufus.
To interject is, I think everything's perfectly okay. Women are doing, because women are doing what the man wants them to do. Huh. Women are, listen, the men, man, you ain't heard these niggas talking about they taking off their shoes to the queens, that they black women is God. So they're listen, women are doing what they're supposed to do. Take advantage of the power which men have forked over to them, right? Men have given them this wide range of, you know, believability, lack of accountability. And I mean, think about it. If you had that kind of power, would you want to give it up?
That's why I said nobody wants to give up power, bro. So that's why I said I don't agree with it, but I can't even hold them. Like from their standpoint, I feel it.
The men.
But hold on, Ruthless. Do you think it's power if it's tormenting them like that?
I mean, when it's giving
I sophisticated. I said perceived power.
Okay.
Who is tormenting who? See, women are being tormented. See, everything about a woman is living in her illusion, right? So what men don't understand is when they did all that chivalry, right? They only cater to her illusion of power and godliness, right? Or she thinks this is why women think they're the prize, right? Women think they're the prize because they feel men owe them what they give them, or they feel entitled to whatever it is you give them. And they don't feel a need or think there's a need to return the favor, right? Or at least, you know, reciprocate something. They're just like, give me everything you got, and when I'm done with you, I'm out. And men are, you know, we're saying, oh baby, we just want you to go back to the kitchen. We just want you to come back in and grab that broom. We want you to come back in and cook, wash our dirty drawers. We want you to, you know, look feminine, you know. And these women are saying, fuck you, nigga. We going for the bad. We going for the top. We taking it all. Yeah. And right now, as men, we're stuck because we're so divided on how we want to approach this. Some men are saying, show women reverence. We're the leaders. We take the accountability. Other men are saying that, you know, choose better, pick better, vet, court, date. The other men are saying, you know, take that one woman, right, and, you know, make her your queen and bow to her, right? So we have all these different ways that we approach these women, and what they're doing is taking advantage of our inability as men to unite. One thing about women, they have ability, even though they may be weaker than us, they might be more emotional than us, they may be, but one thing about women, if you see, they unite when it comes to going against men. And when it comes to, when old girl said, the other black girl said, I see a black man with white women a certain type of way, the other girl confirmed it. And she put the word weak behind it. So women unite to beat us. They hate each other in the nighttime. But when we're present, they love each other. So until we get our shit together and come and unite on the front of how we're going to at least present ourselves worthy of the, I guess, the leaders that we want to be, it's a wrap. Checkmate.
That long ass, long-winded spill. Talk about some checkmate. So what I'm gathering from this, because I think I was definitely spitting some facts. So it's like they just bad with power then. It would kind of remind me of Lord of the Rings, where they put the ring on and, you know, it just like makes them like somewhat demonic and shit. So that's what it kind of sounds like when they got their power, and it's just like
women have always been demonic. Remember?
Oh shit!
You're not the father. You're not the father. Remember all them dudes talking about you're not the father? She was making a nigga raise a kid that wasn't even his. Come on now. Yeah. Huh. Thought she want to get her some side dick?
But all right, M3, we could go ahead. We could start shutting down. But no, I think it was a good conversation. I think it is definitely needed, man, because yeah, for her to have that like vitriol just because somebody's trying to find happiness, man. I think people should just start asking the question. It's just like you could go talk to the people that like date out and see what attributes or characteristics they saw in somebody, and then maybe, like if you need to check and maybe make some changes internally before you start slamming people, man. Because this shit just crazy how they be speaking about some of this stuff.
I do have a bone to pick with you, Mr. Sophisticated Jerk.
Oh shit, let's go.
I just don't think 50-50 exists.
Why don't you think it exists?
Because women are not opted into that. They're not. Maybe 70-30, 80-20 is 70-30 is at best, 80-20 fundamentally.
So why can't you see a 50-50 though?
For one, most women think they're the prize. So why would they try to? They feel like you need to take care of them. So here's the question I have for you.
Okay, go ahead.
How long did you date your wife before you married her?
I'm trying to think back because I met her when I was 21 and we got about 5 years.
So 5 years you dated her. And who was paying for all those dates?
We didn't really go out because the first date was my birthday, so she took me out. And then other than that, honestly, man, we just went to free places, man. We was broke as shit.
Well, I'm just saying, you had a job, right?
Yeah, I had a job, but like I said, we wasn't going to restaurants. I think, man, we thought like Applebee's was like a 5-star restaurant. So I mean, we just went to like the park and to the beach and shit. Honestly.
But when y'all did go out, you pretty much paid, right?
Nah, she would pay too. Yeah, she would grab stuff.
Who bought the wedding ring?
What was that?
Who bought the wedding ring?
I bought her wedding ring and she bought me one. Our wedding cost like $3,000 straight up. We went to Atlantic City, dog. We couldn't even afford going to.
Hold on, Sophisticated. Who paid for the wedding?
I think her dad paid. Yeah, and then we paid the rest. Me and my wife split.
I see Rufus trying to. It sounds like Sophisticated is really 50. He might be the only 50-50.
Now, I'm telling you, man, me and my wife, we was like, look, this bug could cost $3,000. We was like, we only invited like 3 people.
Bro, you got 3 days. You Pops paid for the wedding. Y'all went 50-50 on the rings.
So
go ahead, Rufus. You got it.
So 5 years. So 5 years. You was broke. You didn't have a job.
Not a job, but like
bro, that
one
was
of the things
hella funny. Sorry, bro.
Nah, because I was, man, when you in the military, man, you like a lower rank. Like you got enough to go drink and hang out, but you ain't balling like that.
Oh, this explains everything. Both of you guys are in the military?
No, I was in the military. She wasn't.
Oh, I understand now. I understand. So, and you was living free pretty much, right?
Yeah, because I was staying in the barracks and shit.
Okay. And you was in the military how long? 10 years?
Hell no, 5.
5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so why you was with her?
Huh?
No, I was.
Right?
I got out in 2001, and that's when we got together. So I met her when I was like in, but I was like about to get out.
So you saved up all that money and you was broke?
Well, when I say broke, I just don't spend my money on chicks like that. So I was like, hey, look.
I'm talking about this one particular chick. 5 years you was with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about any other chicks. I know you were just seeing her. You was faithful, Mr. Faithful, right? So
yeah, at that time when I got with her, yeah. Once we got to that point, huh?
Yeah, you still faithful. So yeah, so you mean to tell me that you, Mr. Sophisticated Jerk, I like that name too, are telling me that your sophistication wasn't so sophisticated that you can balance a budget, that you can make sure that she had you provided you. I'm sure she was looking for a provider, right? And you was selling yourself as a provider, correct?
That's incorrect. See, no, like when we.
Are you
he said, I'm broke, baby.
See, Rufus, this is the difference between me and most guys. Like I told M3 the story. I'm like, man, when I sat down and I talked to females, I'm like, look, man, what do you see yourself? How you see yourself paying in the household, the finances? I was like, look, I'm looking for somebody that's going to be working with me. I got my money allocated. I'm saving for the future, so I'm not out here spending money like that.
And we call it an interview, Sophisticated.
Absolutely,
if you interviewing for a job, right? You know what I mean? I'm talking about that ism now. You interviewing for a job, right? They want to know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? If a job will ask you that, why the hell wouldn't I ask you that? And you don't got to make it awkward and shit like that. Oh, well, what are your fitness goals and stuff? You know what I mean? You can even say some shit like this, like, man, I used to be athletic, man. I kind of let myself go a little bit. I gained like 20 pounds. Like, I want to start working out. Like, what are your fitness goals? Do you have a fitness? You know what I mean? There's ways you can sneak all this stuff in as part of the interview. And if you don't get the satisfactory answers, access denied. Interview ripped up, shredded. You know what I mean? But you don't gotta be super heinous or heartless about it, because I didn't necessarily have an investment. And I'm just talking about the precursor to finding, Mr. Sophisticated is already married. I'm talking about to the ones that's aspiring to be married. But I know Rufus is speaking to a different crowd, so go ahead, Rufus, you got it.
No.
Real quick, let me piggyback, because I like what B-Eazy said. Nah, that's how, like, I think, because like B-Eazy, you got that confidence like that. So like you said, yeah, I'm interviewing. I tell people I hold tryouts. I don't be dating because I knew where I was going and who I was. So I'm like, look, my money allocated. I'm looking for the future. So if you're looking for that dude to like spend, I just told him, Ruthless, I was like, I'm not the one, man. I can't keep up with that. So you fucking with me, you gotta like me and you gotta be willing to work with me. That's the only negotiation I was putting out on the table.
Sophisticated Jerk, I gotta give you some props on, like, just the way how you approach things, like, before jumping into like a serious relationship, which also ties into the HUD table. Shouts to you as well. In this type of economy, the provider can switch anytime. I've been the breadwinner, and I've also had a man who's also been a breadwinner as well.
That's
honest. Yeah, and the reason why I wanted to give you a props, right? Because one of the major things that you taught me, right, just by like your story and just like how you talk to women, you gotta ask them like these type of interview questions. But people don't want to feel like, oh, when you go on your first date, it shouldn't feel like an interview. You shouldn't give out interview vibes, but you're asking questions anyway. You're trying to get to know the person. You want to make sure the person, like, is not a broke chick and it's going to fuck up your credit, And I think one of the things that definitely made sure, one of the things that I had to make sure was like, okay, before jumping to like a new relationship, I had to ask my chick. I was like, hey, look, like, I know you have X amount of money or whatever, right? Like, pretty much like, are you in debt? You have fucked up credit or whatever? How good are you as far as like managing money? Because you could make money, but if you're not able to, like, just like B-Eazy, like in relationships, if you're not able to maintain it, like, it's kind of useless. you can have all the money that you have, but if you don't know how to maintain it or you don't know how to invest into it, right, then it's like whatever you're making is useless. Thank God that I'm not worried, that was not like an issue. And she's far more advanced as far as like budgeting and all that. And then overall, you want to get with somebody that also have like a good personality that matches with that anyways. And of course, the last question I had asked, like, hey, are you willing to be my sugar mama? As soon as she said yes, I was like, okay, cool, but for real, most men and women too, I feel like you should have that same type of approach and don't be afraid to actually ask like those type of like serious like questions. That way you don't waste nobody else's time, you don't waste your own.
But see, M3, that's the man. I know so many dudes like even in their 30s and 40s, man, they scared to ask questions because they feel like if they ask it a certain way or if they come off like being balanced, like how we looking at it, they're scared to lose the female, where it's just like, man, you put it out there, you be you, and man, you got to be willing to lose some people. So man, when I was dating, just to kind of get back to what Rufus is asking, when I was coming to the table, there was some females that's like, oh hell nah, you got to break bread on me, like, and I was like, peace. But I ain't conformed to them. I wasn't like, oh my God, no, I'll pay for everything. I was like, nah, get lost and beat it. What I'm saying?
No, and that's one thing, and I'm just speaking in general, not to anyone specifically on the panel, but like as men, as people in general, but I'm speaking towards the men, we got to get better with dealing with rejection. Everybody has heard no like a million times. So you should be okay with hearing no. There's been jobs that you applied for, you didn't get hired. They told you no. A bunch of chicks you try to holler at, they told you no. Your mama told you no, you couldn't go to this sleepover, you can't eat this, you can't have these shoes. You've been hearing no your whole life, and then suddenly when a chick that you don't know, think about this, a chick that you don't know tells you no, and then dudes just be devastated. What am I gonna do to get her? Like, fuck her. That's why they say it's so many fucking fish in the sea. You worried about this one fish and it's just millions of other ones swimming by you. You know what I mean? So be okay with no. There's the power of no. The power of no is being able to say no, you didn't make the team, and then you come back better and you make the team and now you're a starter. There's also the power of being able to say no, to speak to what's sophisticated is saying too many people are scared to say no. But if you don't want to say no to anything, then I'm like, hey, sophisticated, hey, let me come crash at your house for 2 months. I mean, he could be like, hey, I love you, bro, but you know what I mean? Like, you got to have the power to say no sometimes. Don't just say no for the sake of saying it, but say it when you want to say it with your chest, you know what I mean? And let your nuts hang. Too many times, dudes is too afraid to hear a no, so they don't want to say stuff. And when I say no, also, it's not just simply no. The no means no access to that box. So that's why they don't want to ask questions. Ooh, if I ask her this, she gonna get triggered, and then I ain't gonna get no cooch. So I'ma just play the little dorky role. So maybe I can. It's like now you being deceptive, bro. And at the end of the day, even if she give you the box, she don't respect you because you had to kind of transform and cosplay into something and someone else that wasn't you. So that's kind of identity theft, you know what I mean? Or split personality. You pretending here, let me act like this person, but that's not really that person. At some point, you're going to have to, be yourself. So you might as well just be yourself. So like Sophisticated is saying, on these interview questions, you're going to get a lot of no's. Hell no, I ain't doing that. But you don't need that many yeses, right? Yeah. Realistically, if you're a monogamous person, you only need one, right? You need one person to say yes. So if I got 50 no's, but I got one yes and it's the right yes, why would I be worrying about how many no's that I got? You feel me? And it's not about what questions. You're asking questions all the time. What's your favorite color, girl? What's the most exotic place you've been to? You're asking questions. You just ain't asking the right question. So that's all it is.
Oh, I'm gonna give a good salute. Salute to Jackie Gaines. Salutes to the Information Man Show. Salute to everybody.
Salute to Hood Table, Jackie Gaines, the information they coming through, and Big Rig, because I know Big Rig shared you out.
Yes,
so
yes, he
salute
did.
to Big Rig.
What time y'all do y'all lives, man? I need to come over there and kick it, man.
Well, you know what? I mean, mine, I just be kicking it on my channel, but mine just be kind of random. It's just like, if I like, you know what, let me stream today, but I do want to get some sort of schedule, because I do have people saying like, hey, I want to tune in to you, but I don't have like a set schedule. And then Big Rig, I think he might be doing something tomorrow. So I just kind of go holler at Big Rig whenever he say, hey, he's going live. And then so I just pop up. So I don't even know what his schedule is either.
Well, most of the time, Big Rigs, he streams like on most like Wednesdays, I believe.
Let's be real.
But I always forget like what time, because I think like the time like does like vary. But definitely it's like on Wednesday evenings, I believe. But
okay, I gotta make sure, because man, my thing, I used to get y'all like his alerts and stuff, but man, YouTube be acting crazy sometimes. I'll be trying to watch.
Yeah, no, I don't always even get the alerts for this channel, and you know, I got the notification stuff. I guess after a while, they just try to start feeding you whatever they want you to see.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, people I'm not even subscribed to, and they do a good job too. Because even if you ain't subscribed, you'll be like, man, what the hell is this? Let me check it out. You see what I'm saying? And it's like that's kind of like that was the whole point. Now I still don't end up subscribing, but even if you watch it for a couple minutes, like they're still getting, you know, that's still viewership for them, which helps them. But you know, but yeah, because like it's crazy because all of the channels that either I mod for or have a notification, I don't be getting the notifications for y'all, but all of the other channels, they be kind of like popping up. It's like YouTube tries to suppress certain channels. Go ahead, M3.
No. I agree with you because right now you Riggs and most people and sometimes even the intellectual soapbox, it's like you guys are like a hit and miss. Most of the stuff that pops up on my feeds nowadays is like if Sophisticated Jerk like maybe post like a recap, I'll get that mostly. But then when it comes like to the lives, and that's probably because like I probably subscribe to so many channels, and maybe people are doing lives at the same time, so it get oversaturated. But a lot of times, like when I'm hopping to like you know, your live streams, B-Eazy, it's not even because like YouTube gave me a notification. It's just that I be on YouTube so much, and I scroll down, and I'm like, oh, you know, the homie B-Eazy's live. I didn't even know. So then I just come in there, tune in and support. And you know, as long as like you know, I catch Riggs like, you know, on a good time, like whenever like you guys stream together, then it's like, okay, then I'm able to like, you know, say my 2 cents in, you know, into the chat. But other than that, like I don't get like the notifications as heavily. It's kind of subtle a little bit, you know what I mean?
The Hood Table said Wednesday, Friday, and I think they got another show. What was that? Sunday. So yeah, I'm gonna start tuning in, man. Drop that bag on y'all.
Yeah.
But Ruthless been going live a lot lately, man. Ruthless, what's your days, man? What you?
I'm Brandon as a motherfucker. Pull up anytime you want. You see me live, pull up. You got the smoke, pull up.
Ruthless was live earlier today.
Yeah.
Ruthless live like 2 times today. Shit, Ruthless.
I'm just trying to get my monetization, so I did the hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all. I got to get my hours up. So but I don't do. I do the hour between hours, sometimes 2 hours, and I'm out. I got stuff I'll be doing, but once I get my monetization, then I'll just pick a schedule.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Let me know, Ruthless. We can finish that 50-50 conversation.
Okay. Hey, who won the debate? Before y'all leave, Sophisticated, you already up 1 on Ruthless. Who won the debate tonight? Is it 1-1 or is it 2 on Sophisticated?
Nah, I keep this one. Nobody won this one yet because I see the line of question he was going, but
okay. So
Ruthless was a little quiet today.
It's the Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. Okay, a little draw. Got you. Okay.
And the debate was about. I heard something about like Bible stuff or whatever. Like, what you guys had, like a Bible study?
Yeah, what was that topic, Ruthless?
Can God be beat? So he didn't win. He didn't win that debate at all, right? He had to go. He was in a rush. Right? He came up for a few minutes and spit his little.
Hold on. If he had to go, that might have been a forfeit. Automatic win for Ruthless.
Nah, you know how Ruthless, he'll jam like 50 topics in one. So he started like moving the goalposts. I was like, all right, Ruthless, you know.
Okay,
because he was trying to say like nobody has choices or something like that. So we went through all that. I was asking him a line of questions, and then he finally admitted that there were choices, and then I was like, all right, Ruthless, I'm gonna roll out.
I ain't never been
just a little straw man debate.
I ain't never been there. Nobody had choice. I never been at that. I'm standing.
Yeah, because when you started telling the story about Adam and Eve and stuff, you presented a choice. That's why I was like, see, man, even in your scenario, there was a choice.
That's the way you interpret it.
Okay. Anyway, so I was gonna ask a question, but I don't want to like prolong this. But
yeah, so I'm don't worry, M3, I got you. My battery is dying, so I'm gonna drop down. So it's gonna make it easier for y'all to shut it down. Salute to y'all, Sophisticated. And Sophisticated, I still gotta get with you because I definitely need to do I want to do that 2A stream with you for sure.
Oh, no doubt, man. Just let me know. I know you be busy, man. So shit, we'll get to it one of these days. But I'm glad you back in these streets, man. Like
no.
You and Riggs, y'all level headed, man. Y'all be spitting that game. So we definitely need y'all out here, man.
Yeah, no. Now I gotta come back with a vengeance, man. Because I try to let them have it, but it's too much buffoonery and coonery out here. So you'll see me more often, and I'm gonna tap in with you. M3 too on some different stuff. But salute the panel, man. Y'all was all fitting, bro. I like what y'all had to say. All
Take care, B-Eazy.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, B-Eazy, and shout out to everybody in the chat too, though.
But what question was you talking about, though? I'm kind of interested what you was about to ask. Then.
Oh, I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask, right? Because since you mentioned Adam and Eve, I was gonna ask you guys like, okay, like a trick question, like who bit the apple first, right? And based off you guys' answer, I was going to just like lay it out like that, you know?
Oh, Eve bit the apple first, right?
See, normally I would agree, right? But see, I want to say like yes and no, right? Because see, in the Bible, apple wasn't even mentioned. It was just a fruit. So that was just like something like a little humor to it. But,
okay.
So before you got to me, I was just told you it was not an apple.
No, you want you say that because I'm just saying that,
bro. Because you answered the question, M3.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just
you text him, and then you should say, no, what you're supposed to do is say, it's Sophisticated Church, and he would have said apple. Then you'd ask me, I would have told you there never was an apple mentioned in the scriptures.
Okay. So you know your Bible, Rufus. Shout out to you.
So, Word of God's undefeated. So I understand that. That Sophisticated Jerk is little outmatched here, so it's okay. I kind of didn't really go into it because he had to go, but I will do a live. I'll do a live, and and he want to pull up, I'll do and get the smoke. I'm telling you though, I warn you, it's not one you're going to win.
Which topic you want to do?
Well,
I saw you do it. I was tuned in the other day because I was like driving. I was actually about to pull up. I think it was the marriage one.
The one that marriage does not benefit men.
Yeah, I kind of. You was actually making some good points. I was like, yeah, I ain't got no.
Yeah, because Ronnie Rowe came up and got crushed, right? Talking about what men benefit. I was like, no. So yeah, it's easy win. Nobody challenged me, but Ronnie Rowe, and he lost. So anytime. I'm going to be presenting a lot more questions because, once again, right, I do believe that men are delusional in a lot of ways, like the women. Different. It looks different, but it's all delusion, and we're going to break these delusions.
So when you asked about the 50-50 earlier, do you think I was lying about that? You think I'm just like an anomaly in that case, or what's your assessment after I broke it down?
Well, your kids are
grown. You think I'm full of shit, Ruthless?
I think you're probably, I'm just my opinion, I'll give you 60-40. Yeah, he's paying 60.
You think that's fair?
I think that's where he's at. Because you got to look at it, right? He's elevated from the time he met her. So I'm sure he's took some of the weight off of her. Like, hey, you don't have to go half on this. I can take care of this. I can take care of that. And I'm sure he's afforded her a few things that, that made her happy. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable. So I'm going to say 60-40. I'm going to add 10 more percent. How's that? 10 more percent to your side. I'll give you that. Because you are kind of tight ass.
So what you just, in your mind, you think like if a female just does like a half of that, she's just like resentments coming in, or?
Well, it's just that typically men it's a power move. It's like playing chess, right? The 50-50 may have been prevalent at one point because maybe it was absolutely necessary for you to move the car the way you want to go, right? But then at the time, once your earnings went up, I'm sure your earnings increased and you became, very capable, right? You want that mystique, you want that prestigiousness as a man. I'm sure you took, oh, you know what? Don't worry about this no more. I got this. I'm just under that premonition that, and your arrogance, how you exude yourself, you seem like one that has a lot of confidence in oneself. So I'm just sure that you guys, I'm almost 97, 98% sure you guys are not 50-50. I'm going to say, I'm being nice at 60-40. I really want to say 70-30, but I'm going to say 60-40.
Well, mine is 25-75.
You're not married, M3. You're divorced.
What about it, though?
You're divorced because that means the finances split. Now you guys don't share anything anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I'm talking about current relationships, though, right?
Yeah, those don't count. I'm talking about only when you're in a relationship. Well, even M3. M3. I underestimate you, but then sometimes I don't, right? But I'm gonna put you at your current dating. I would say you're dating in a relationship, whatever. I'm gonna say you're 80-20.
Oh, you say like 80-20, like 20 in my favor and 80 on her part?
No, other way around.
Oh hell no, bro! I had to. Yeah. You don't know me that well.
Well, I mean, unless she's fat and ugly.
Oh shit! No, I'll say like more like a good like 25 to 75 to be fair. You know what I mean? But I pay a return like with Dick. You know what I mean?
Oh, you 75% who?
Hey, I already said it, bro.
Say it again. Can you say it again? You said 75%. The girl pays 75%.
Yeah, there's women that will really pay. And the only reason I'm saying this is because she's okay with us talking about it. Okay, she won't me to start out anyways on this podcast.
Yeah, so she's ugly or she's fat or she has some sort of something. Yeah, ain't no way no bad bitch paying that. Ain't no fucking way.
Damn.
Not necessarily, man. Some females just want to take care of a dude, man.
Not no bad bitch. No, really attractive one.
Hold on. But Rufus, right? But see, this is where you got things misconstrued, right? Because even like, okay, my ex-wife, right? Because I know you said like I'm not married, so it don't count, right? But even when I was married, and my woman was like pretty much like a 9 to a 10, I'd probably say like a respectful 9 or whatever. I mean, she made more than I did. Now, of course, like we did 50-50 or whatever. And even at some moments, like, she contribute more than what I contribute.
Oh, this your ex-wife you talking about? This your ex-wife you talking about, right?
Yeah, my ex-wife.
Okay, exactly, right? So understandably, I agree with you, right? That's why she's the ex and no more sex. So,
but it has nothing to do with finances stuff. And that's why most of you guys are getting things misconstrued. It's a difference between finances or a difference between someone who probably just had like some type of like mental health or like problems or whatever. So in this case or whatever, right? Like finances had nothing to do with it. If you know how to work well together, right? And especially, right? And she's black, by the way, you guys, right? So she ain't no white woman or whatever, right? Yeah. So black people you can still find those type of people that you're still able to work well together, even if the person's making more or making less. It's all about how well you can connect and you can kind of build that type of network. And that's the same thing with my Latino woman, right? It don't matter about like the size, the looks, or the finances. It's about how well you guys are able to connect together.
I'm calling cap.
Okay, you haven't expressed true love though, but I feel you though.
I'm just saying, women are, especially nowadays, right? Now, unless you got your old ass woman, like she's about, let's just say she about 52, 53. Not, she's done a downswing. I can see this with you. Latina, maybe, or Paisana or something. But you seem like you're in your 30s, 35, 31.
Nah, I'm actually like I turned 40 like last year.
Okay, 40, so 40. Okay, so yeah, so that means for you to get a woman that's going to go 75% over you and take care of you, that sounds like cougar vibes.
Nope, she ain't even a cougar.
I'm just saying she has to be, or she's rich. She coming from a rich family. You know what I mean?
Okay, go ahead.
And she wants total domination and control. And so, that can be, I can see that being foreseeable because some women, especially women who come from money, got like a family of well-to-do, they're looking for more faithfulness, right? They want somebody who don't want to fuck nobody but them, and they want to pretty much run a relationship. So, yeah, I can see that.
So you said they paying for dick, Ruthless? They paying for dick?
They're paying for dick control, right? That's just, they want these women. These type of women do exist. Like these are the minority. E came up, right, and E's willing to probably take the deal because his last relationship or the marriage, because it didn't work out, so he's kind of vulnerable a little bit. So maybe she made him feel special. I don't know. She made him feel special. You know what I mean? She's like, well, I'm gonna take care of you, daddy. You know what I mean? And I pay said, don't worry about it. So she come for money. She got the bag. So and M3, it's a win-win for him because he's fresh out of a marriage. Hey, and he's probably going to submit to make it work because it's more possible. Now, to sophisticated jerk, you're a different story. You're a little bit further along in M3. You have a long-standing marriage, outstanding marriage, and you've been married 20 years now?
Yeah, like over 20.
Yeah, you no fucking way you're 50-50. It's just no fucking way. It's just no fucking way because there's no way that relationship, there's just no way it can last at 50-50 level, right? Because that's just how you say it? When you take that extra 10 or 20% more, it's more power. It's more prestigious. It's more mystique, right? And I got you taking that deal. I got you taking that motherfucking deal. Because you're military. You don't want your woman. I'm sure you're not letting your woman run you. I'm sure she's not running the house. So, but when you at 50-50, you might have a struggle a little while, right? Y'all might have struggled for a few years there, right? Where you had to bite your tongue on a few issues. Yeah, because it's 50-50, yeah. So now that you became capable, you know what I'm saying? I see that Rubik's Cube behind you. Yeah, that's a semblance of power. You got that chair. Yeah. He picked back the power. I see you. I'm gonna take it to 70-30. I'm gonna take it to 70-30. It's just the right thing to do for a man. It's just no way a man's gonna continue to go 50-50 and he can pay 70-30.
See that? I think that's where y'all got it mixed up because I think when you know like how I broke it down in the beginning, and I was like, man, I managed the expectations. I'm like, look, I'm going to school. I'm about to get out. Hey, I'm big on like saving for retirement. I hate debt. So when I was like, because like I said, I met my wife at 21. So this is how I was talking at 21. So I was like, man, I'm not out here blowing money like that. So I would just talk to females. Like I said, I allocated my money before I even talked to them. I'm like, look, I don't be blowing money. I don't be spending bread like that because, I'm looking for the future. So I was like, hey, anybody that get with me, man, we're going to work together and, we're going to build up. So I think if you step in that dynamic like that and somebody's willing to work with you, then I think that's where you keep that power dynamic, the leadership. You see what I'm saying? And it's rare though. I'll be honest with you. It ain't, everybody ain't gonna do it. But I think like me and my wife, we just both hit a peak. Cause like I said, I didn't really need the money at that point. I just was saving. being in the military. Then I went overseas. You know, I was making some bank after I went to school for a while. But she shot up too, because like she went to school, was nursing. So we kind of both just like grew like at the same rate. You know, it was weird how it kind of happened. So we was always just investing. I taught her about like retirement. You know, we was always just paying our stuff off, that when we just hit a certain level, you know, we never had really no bills and stuff. So, you know, when we split our finances, it's like, because we're both topping off our 401k plans, we're investing, you know, everything comes back to the household. So
you don't have a one-pot rule.
What was that?
No one-pot rule.
Well, I mean, we got access to all the accounts. We do it for like a finance strategy. Because like early, man, we started talking to finance people. We started talking to people that, you know, was successful. They were like, hey, man, you should allocate money this way. So we just listened. We were like, shit. So I think our case was different, where we just like, we understood finances. You know, I brought the knowledge to her, built both of us up. So at a certain point, it's just like, man, when you don't need for money, you know, you're not tripping about that. So that's what I'm saying. That's why our dynamic is the way it is. But I do get what you're saying, because typically, man, you know.
All right, so I'm gonna give it 80-20 now. Thank you for all the information.
No, I'm dead serious. It's 50-50.
Nah, you made bank. You said you went over there and made bang. That means you made some ends, baby. So you had enough to
get together, though. That's the main point he's saying.
Yeah, but I took that money and we put that in an account, and it was like never touched. But we still pay the bills. That's what I'm saying. Because we both like top off our 401ks. We've been doing that for like a long time.
So you told me everything I need to know. Thank you for that information. That was very
It's all right, man. You could just embrace it.
Yeah, I'm embracing
it. My wife, she pull up on these panels. Like, she be up on there. She be telling people. She be like, nah, this is, you know, we do it like this. She'll break down that dynamics.
What? She say what?
Huh?
She said we do it like what?
As far as like why we break up our finances like that.
Oh, she says we do it like this?
Yeah.
Oh, so so you believe in equality in your house?
It's not about equality, but I do like smart people around me. So she knows that.
I mean, women like power. You know that, right?
I think if a female likes you and she puts the household first, then I think people that put the household first, they don't trip off really those power dynamics. Because I mean, if you're actually a good leader, man, you get somebody that has a similar mindset and you allow them to make decisions within the house. So me, I'm the type of person, like, I ain't trying to control everything, because I knew what I was getting to, the person's mindset.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. Just thank you. Exactly. You ain't running nothing.
That's where y'all getting confused. Y'all trying to micromanage.
You hear what he said though? He's getting. I knew I was going to break it.
No, you ain't breaking it. You think so? I'm about to explain it to you.
Your armor is cracking. I got you now.
Because you missed what I said. I got the person with the right mindset. That thinks similar.
Look what you just said though. You just showed that I'm right. You said you don't have to run everything. That means you're you're like submitting to, you know.
Nah, you was about to say it, delegating. Shout out to you. You was about to say it.
She has say so in the future of your future.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all. So that means she's an authority figure in your house, just like you.
Absolutely. Man and wife should be authority figures.
Yeah. Obviously, you ain't got no option if y'all going 50-50.
What was that? Nah,
this is not negotiable.
Rufus, you still getting things mixed up, because even if you making like, let's say like you're doing like 90-10 or whatever, right? If you giving that amount of power to like one woman who hasn't earned, and I'm talking about a woman who hasn't done anything, right, to contribute to something, she's still getting that leverage and power no matter what. And I know, like, I'm more joking around as far as that long stretch with the 25-75 thing or whatever, right? But at the same time, it's like you gotta find somebody that is willing to corroborate with you, that sees the potential that you have, that is willing to, like, you know, follow, like, you know, like your lead. At the same time, you would want somebody, right, that actually knows like what she's doing as well too. Like, I don't think like Jerk has to do like 100% of like the brunt work, but if you have a smart wife that knows like what she's doing as well, that to me, I look at it like that's a win-win in 50-50 ways.
Well,
Because
M3, that's what you're supposed to do. See, that's where everybody go wrong. Cause like, you know, when people have that fear and they want the, you know, they think like money's the only way to get control. That's when they get somebody can't operate. But it's just like a company. You get a CEO, COO, CFO, and you break up them roles, and people have different. You know, they're all high level, and they operate in different lanes. So it's the same thing in a marriage. It's like if you get people that's like-minded, that understands that and good in finances, then that makes you guys more efficient. So my wife, she knows how to invest. Shit, my wife's investment portfolio is a beast. Like, let me give you an example of what she did a couple of years ago. During COVID, my car broke down. So we was getting our house built at the same time. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go get the car because I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm managing, you know, what's going on with the house. So I went to the car lot, you know, place, and I bought the car, and I was about to go pay it off and send them the payment. And my payment kept on getting rejected. And I was like, man, what the fuck's going on? You know, so I looked at the account, everything was good. And I'm like, why they keep kicking my payment back? So come to find out, my wife sent them, it was paid it off for me. And she was just like, hey man, you always looking out for the family. So I wanted to pay that off and do something nice for you. You know what I'm saying? So, and she did that with like her bonuses or stock, because she gets like stock purchases in her stuff. So that's what I'm saying, man. When you got somebody that got a similar mindset and they all about the household, you ain't got to worry about all that.
What you mean? She said you always take care of the house. For this one time, I'm gonna look out for you.
It wasn't one time, but I'm just saying, she was just like, I wanted to.
That's that look sound 80-20 to me, but I ain't gonna say it. You ain't heard it. I'm just saying.
No, she was just talking about because like she was doubting herself when we first got together. She ain't see herself going to the heights, and I was like, hell nah. Like I want a winner with me. Like you got the mindset.
Yeah.
Go be an executive. I ain't one of the ones. We both could be on that stage. So that's what she was saying. She was like, hey, you believe in me when I ain't really believe in myself.
Oh, so she's your inspiration.
Huh?
She's your inspiration.
Hell no, I knew who I was gonna be. She said I was inspiring to her. That's
okay. So it looks like 80-20. So because she said, so you know most
50-50 ruthless.
I don't know. Your armor is cracking. She paid the car off because she said you looked after the house for so much. That means you paid for the house get built.
Because she was talking about that leadership that got everybody to excel. You know, my son's going to college.
Let's be real. See, now we got to have an honest conversation.
Let's have it. Let's
have
go.
An honest conversation. I don't know why we see. This is the only thing I don't like about America, right? One of the only things we don't like to call a spade a spade. Right?
Why are you being the hater, ruthless?
The man don't want to call a spade, right? When we have this conversation, I believe it's not in bad faith sometimes that we want to try so hard to show our self money is power. Now it doesn't necessarily mean the guy who has it has power. That's true. There's some niggas who just they got money, they let them up. But typically in a majority setting, whoever breaks the bag the most in the house wears the pants. This is why most men don't like to go 50-50, or most men like to be the breadwinners back in the day because it gave them the leverage in their relationship. This was just a fact.
Real quick. Let me just checkmate you real quick.
Yeah.
The great philosopher Ruthless Truth once said, regardless what you do, they're gonna end up leaving anyways. So if even the man we talked about, Tom Brady, Tyrese, Kevin Costner, Hugh Jackman, all these guys got tons of money, and the women still left, right? They had maids, the ultimate chill like lifestyle. So obviously money just don't put you in that leadership, that power dynamic.
I didn't say that.
Can you admit that? You agree with that?
What I'm saying is it did put him in a power dynamic for a little bit, right? Maybe the woman got corrupted later on because she was around a lot of other rich people and felt like she can try to get an upgrade. Yeah, that could be.
Go and give me that checkmate, bro. Stop playing.
So
this is just ruthless.
Tom Brady made the mistake, right? He got with a woman who had a lot of money. So when it was time for him to live his life the way he saw fit as a leadership, she left it, right? She said, "Oh, you don't want to listen to me? I say you need to quit football now," right? She said it with authority because she had that 30+ million in the account that's been gaining interest. So it's probably at 60-something, 70-something million now off this interest alone. And she's looking at him like, I love you, but I can do this without you, right? And that's the problem. So when he said, "No, I'm gonna play one more year because this is my passion, I feel this," she walked away because she knew she had her own nest egg. So what I'm saying is, that's the mistake he made. He married a woman with that much money, which gave her equal in power. Like, meaning the lifestyle that if she leaves him, she can provide that for herself at the same level. So my point is this: when you're in a relationship like that, where it's equal in money, stature, and assets, then the struggle is you're going to have to at one point deal with the ego clashing, right? Unless you're submitting, right, in a way where, now I didn't say which party, submitting in a way where you're sacrificing the very power that you were used to. So in your case, Mr. Sophisticated Judge, I truly believe it's either one or two things, right? Because relationship people do compete, right? People compete, couples compete, and women respect niggas who make more than them. It's just the name of the game. It's always been that way, and that would never change. If she's making equal or in equal position as you, then she's not going to respect you the same way, and she's going to look at you as equal, and she's going to treat you as equal. So that means, either she's running the show or you run the show. Somebody has to be. It can't be too many chiefs, right? And there's no Indians, right? It can't be that way. Somebody's got to be taking the back seat. So I hope that's not you. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, right? Money, I guarantee, it doesn't guarantee the everlasting love. It doesn't guarantee the everlasting relationship. I give you that. But for the moment, forever those years, months, days that you're together, when you have the more money, you typically have the most say so about the direction of the house, the direction of the family, and everybody around you. And everybody is a yes person. And that's how it goes.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think where y'all get mixed up is like you're supposed to get that person early. Like what B-Eazy was saying, it's like, man, when you sit down and you have them conversations, if you make sure that somebody's like aligned with you from the jump, man, you ain't gonna typically have them issues. And then somebody would accept the 50-50 dynamic. They're already coming in there with a different mindset than most women. Because you know how, like what you're saying, the dynamic is true with how women view money. But like I learned from a cousin, dude had game. So like I said, I seen his dynamic with women. That's why I was like, I knew how to break it down. I was like, okay, the woman I know that will come and work with me, that's the one that really likes you. Because women, the way women have the relationship with money, like, you're right. So the ones that will work with you,
so
they typically really like you to that point where they're willing to work with you.
And that's where you're delusional.
Hey, look, I gotta get ready to go. Right?
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna cue it up on Rufus' channel. Rufus, I'm gonna hit you up.
I want him to think about this next time we talk. You're delusional. And this is where men are delusional. To really think that women don't think about winners and losers. Like,
yeah. Wait, Rufus. We're gonna continue on that part, right? We're definitely gonna continue on that. I can't prolong this any longer though, but but look, everybody, thank you for tuning in to.
Let me get my part of words. See, Ruthless is right, but men, just become the winner and make everybody in your household a winner too. And then you know what, your woman's gonna view you as the winner. That's the key to this whole thing, man.
Got to be. I mean, unless you want to be, bowing down.
Well, anyway, shout outs to like the 25, 75, like, you know, type of men. You know, shout outs to the 80, 20 men or whatever, 50 stuff. But you know, there's everyone in every different archetype. So
Ruthless was hating tonight.
If we got a rich bitch.
Yeah, M3 was like, shit, I'm getting taken care of.
If he said, fuck that, I got to be
M3, I might have to go talk to my wife and be like, look, this 50-50 stuff, like, how you feel about kicking in another 25%? So I can feel like a king about here like M3 shit. I might go start a fight Ruthless.
Hey, but you know, real quick though, right? You know, the funny thing is though, when I was like just casually dating, you know, like different women, again, most of my women, and look, I'm not a gold digger. I'm just putting that out there, right?
I'm a gold digger.
Most of my
embrace that shit, M3. Told you the male gold digger movement coming soon. I'm about to get shirts made.
Oh, I know you.
We gonna get Ruthless in there.
Oh yeah, Rufus gonna be a part of that.
I'm telling you, Rufus about to be a 50-50 dude. Rufus gonna have them girls paying for steaks out here, lobster tails.
Mm-hmm. But no, what I was gonna say was that like almost. No, I'm not gonna say more. Almost. I would say like maybe a decent 9 out of 10. Right. Every woman that I've encountered had amazing jobs and careers, and despite on my shortcomings or whatever, right, for that, and that's temporary for that time being, so I get my payout. Most of these women, right, like they did not even care at all. You know, they was like, okay, whatever, right? You're good with finances, you know how to break things down. You're a good saver, and you know how to invest. You know, you just need the money for it, like a sponsor. I'm not saying use their money, right? but they understand that mentality, and they was willing to like, you know, work with me and even be in long-term committed relationships with me. So there's a good group of women that's out there. It's just that some people, right, have not embraced it yet. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
because they be messing with the McDonald's hoes out there. Them chicks working at IHOP. Talk about money don't matter.
Shit,
L3 got him a rich bitch. Drizzle. Drizzle. Your house husband now, L3? L3, yes, man. Get them car keys. Okay, baby.
Hey, Rufus, you say you gonna be doing chores and stuff?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, I can dig it. There is a movement going on. Men are saying, hey, fuck it. If women want the responsibility, they want to make all the money, they want to power up and be the man and wear the pants. Okay. Yeah, there'll be a house husband. Drizzle.
Yeah, but the keys to the man is better though. I don't need another car. You know,
I think sophisticated jerks drizzle man too. I think he's house husband material. Yeah, he might be the breadwinner. She might be wearing the pants. He don't mind. That's why he got. I think the 50-50 just a throwaway. But I don't know, man. The way sophisticated up there cheering for you. I don't know. He might be house husband 2026. You're not alone, M3. You're not alone, baby.
Hey, I mean, Dirk does clean up the household though, so he has no problem with that.
You know, long as y'all be faithful and don't argue with them, y'all good.
I just say like this though: the stupidest thing for every man and woman will ever do, especially like when you're already in a relationship that is committal, that works well together, right? Whether it be financially, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it, right? And physically too, if you can get your shit up, right, every single day. There should be no reason why anybody should cheat. You know, if you cheat, you fucking up already. You know, unless you get general consent, then that's not cheating. You know, but other than that, I'm just putting that out there.
I know Ruthless got pushback for that.
Well, you know, I mean, guys who enter in at a deficit has to take the monogamy. So I understand, right? Once you go that route, you're giving up your freedoms. So it's understandable if you can deal with what comes with that. Hey, I have no problem with it. I ain't got no pushback because y'all ain't gonna just be on my level where I'm having rotations and shit like that. And right, no, not one woman allowed to check my phone. And no woman even dare ask me to check my phone or ask me where was I at last night. Right? I mean that's the freedom I like. Some men can cater to that notion of being a chia pet. It's all good.
So we're slaves, ruthless.
That one though, because I don't mind sharing like location though. I mean,
it's understandable. Listen,
you know what I mean?
When you go that route, that's what comes with that, right? When you go that route, you are being, like you said, GPS though the dick. She's gonna make sure that, and you can't be pushing back on the direction of this house. You might give her advice, like, baby, I got this thought. Okay, I'm listening. And if she say it's a no-go, you go like, okay, dear. Right? You just can't. Yeah, listen.
I don't mind being somebody's sex slave, though. See what you want, Hey,
there's nothing wrong with it. If you can deal with it, it's fine. But I'm just saying, a man of my means, I just got to have a rotation. I get 5, 6 bad bitches. 5, 6 bad bitches. And it's just a difference in lifestyle. That's all.
Yeah, I just can't just see myself like overspending like on multiple different women. You know what I mean? Like
because you don't have it like that.
Do that, huh?
You don't have it like that. That's why. Understandable. People who are well off with a lot of money, they don't think about stuff.
You don't understand. Like even when I had it like that, or when I do have it like that, I'm not going to be doing that. Like it's just against my personal nature of it.
So were you in the 15%?
Huh?
Were you in the 15%?
I don't know about like 15%, but
you didn't have it like that. So all I'm saying is, of course, you got a budget because you got to put together stuff for your future, your retirement fund. It's understandable. So you can't listen. Ain't nothing wrong with monogamy, right? Because most men, the average man in America, which is 85%, right, of the 100, got to take the monogamy. You're forced to take the monogamy because it's too expensive to deal with polygamy. That's practical and it makes sense. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, right? For men at 15%, we're gonna enjoy life with rotations, and we're not bound by. No woman has any authority over us to say, what time we're gonna be home. I can leave outside. And the bitch got
but Rufus, like that's a choice that you personally made, like to spend on them. Like there's, and look, I'm not trying to promote like a homosexual movement, right? But the thing is that there's men, right, that actually, there's a man that's actually I wish I could find that video, right? He has 2 white chicks or whatever, right? Yeah, each of them are mediocre or whatever, but if you combine them, maybe they're like a solid 7 or whatever. And one of them is an HR, one of them is like maybe a CEO or whatever, right? But they work well together, and the guy don't have a job. That's not me, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, if they like you for you, and they're willing to work with you, and you have a certain program that they follow, it's going to work out. And you don't have to break a lot of bread on
No, M3. I'm agreeing with you. When you don't have it like that, then there are women out here who want the power over you, of course, right? See, they want something, right? Either if you're a man you're a wealthy man, you're only going to attract, poor women, right? Just the way it goes, right? And if you are a man who's average to below average, that means the new of 2026, there's women in here who they're doing better or they have a lot of money. And rich men ain't their cup of tea because they want dick control, and they're not going to be able to control his dick. So you are the best available option. So because you have to, you can't do what that rich guy is doing. So don't act like you have that, that option, right? What your option is, you have to stick with this woman who's willing to support you in so many ways. And then I'm not saying you're homosexual though, because you do get money. I'm not saying you're a bum, but you're on the upstroke in life. So you need a woman that comes in just like sophisticated jerk, come in and that's going to build and bear you, right? Give you money.
No, that's where you guys get it. That's where you get it mixed up though. Because even before that, I didn't need a woman to help supplement like my lifestyle.
No, I'm just saying that this is what these women are coming with. They want power. That's what they want. They want total dick control. They want the access to your phone, GPS. That is a lot of power, and this is what you might be.
That's not happening with me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything's optional by choice. Like, look, as far as the GPS thing or whatever, right? I don't care about that. Like, I mean, look, I ain't like no stalker type of tip or whatever, right? But I love technology or whatever, and it's for safety reasons as well too, though. But besides that portion of it, right? As far as like what you're saying, want total control, want this and want that, that's not happening in my life.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, listen, I understand, right?
We're gonna have to do a whole show of that man of means.
Yeah, I just
the lifestyle of the man of means.
I think M3 is doing the best thing for his life and do what's best for him to get into best position to win, right? And a man of your stature at this point has to settle for, this type of woman, right? Which can never walk in my world. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just not, you know what I mean? When I pull my motherfucking exotic luxury car, I go pick me up a new bitch. I ain't nobody gonna tell me shit, right? But me and you are different, and I say we're different parts of life, right? And you're 40, I'm 50 something, so you might hit your earning stride somewhere, and then you might say, you know what? And I guarantee this though, M3, if you ever get to my level, you're gonna dump that bitch. I'm trying to tell you. If you ever get to my level, you're like, damn, let's say you make millions, you're leaving her.
I don't think so, man. I think some people, man, they just
no. I'm a little because once M3 wants to get, his options are gonna grow. He's gonna have access to the best things money can buy, and she's gonna try to stop that.
Dude, I had a lot of options, even like before, like in a committed relationship, right?
Tell him M3.
Yeah, like look, I made a choice, and here's the thing, right? Not only I made that choice, I also saw advice, right? Even from like the great sophisticated jerk and other prominent people. Hell, even my dad gave me some like the best advice or whatever. He's like, you can have all the women, be like him, have all the women in the world, right? To sleep with them. But if you see someone that actually is a quality type of person and is willing to like follow your program and do the things that you're into and like you for you, the same thing that Sophisticated Jerk says, right? You want to find chicks that like you for you. I fucked around and I did it and had my dick sucked by a bunch of like cool or awesome type of women. At the same time, I mean, I got this by like like the pretty ones, like the super gorgeous ones or whatever.
Yeah, that's credible.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, why would I put so much effort, energy into someone that doesn't even like me for me? And when I know like I could find another person that is just as attractive, that's pretty, but likes me for like
does she like you for you? She like you for you, M3? The personality, your smile. Go get some. That's what you like for M3. That smile, or okay, I bet you this. If you want to see a person really like you for you, go get some extra pussy and throw it in her face. See how much she like you for you. I guarantee she's out of there. Yeah, she's liking you because she can exhibit amount of control and she has a stable guy who's not gonna overexude her authority. So there's things that she's getting.
I mean, I'm not gonna cheat. You know what I mean? If that's the case, it does revolve into like, break up.
Rufus trying to get you shot up out here.
Right.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not telling you to cheat, but I'm telling you. You know what I told a woman? I told a woman the other day, sophisticated jerk.
What'd you tell her?
I said I don't want a woman who's with me because I'm not fucking. because then we're being disingenuous. I want a woman who's going to be with me, down with me, whether I'm fucking 20 women or not. That to me is more valuable. Because if a woman is with me because who I'm not fucking, that means she's only with me because she has a certain amount of power she feels, and that's what she wants. And these type of women do exist. You know what I'm saying? And some guys, they like it because, you know, like M3 said, a lot of these bad bitches is too good, right? Yeah, because they want you to buy them Birkin bags and Gucci bags, and they ain't seeing that. So stay strong, black men. Stay strong.
Expectations early on, man, in the relationship.
Yeah, stay strong. M3's, house husband 2026. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, I respect it, right? I respect it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, me, I'm not built for that shit. I'm not built. I tried that shit, and it just, to me, it didn't work because I attract a lot of women. It's just who I've been all my life, and a lot of women can't handle it. You know, so yeah. M3, I feel you. Sophisticated Drug. Till next time.
All right, man.
All right.
Ruthless ain't shit.
Have a good night. House husband 2026.
Yeah, all right, man.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, peace. Well, anyways, man, thank you for tuning in to Toxic Tuesdays. That definitely was like a toxic segment, but hey, you know, it's all love and we're just having fun. So don't take none of this stuff seriously, though. We're just having fun and
yeah.
Hey, you know, whatever, right? But anyways, Jerk, man, I'll see you later, man. And
all right, take care, man.
Yeah,
shout out to everybody that pulled up. Yeah, keep tuning in.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, see you guys next time. Peace.
All right.
Knowledge and relationships.